Minecraft 1.21 has already had multiple snapshots released, and with these snapshots we are already seeing a lot of cool features. So today I'm going to be showing you new features that we are going to be seeing in Minecraft 1.21. There is a new structure being added in Minecraft 1.21 and it's called the Trial Chambers. The Trial Chambers is able to spawn in any biome and it usually is generated underground past the deep slate layer. As you can see, some of these structures can be pretty massive, and I also think they look pretty cool with the use of the copper blocks. It's definitely a very unique structure. The trial chambers are generated completely random, meaning it will be different each time, and they are actually filled with some pretty good loot. But obviously you have to be careful looting these structures as there are many traps along the way, and also there are these brand new trial spawners. The trial spawners will spawn mobs in waves until you kill them all to claim some additional loot, but the loot you get from completing the trials isn't that great right now. Hopefully it gets changed in the future. A cool fact about these spawners is that the blocks underneath them actually indicate what mob will spawn during the trials, and each chamber will have 3 different types of spawners: one melee, one small melee, and one ranged spawner. Right now these 3 spawners will be consistent throughout the structure, meaning if you get strays for the ranged spawner, that's it. Every ranged will just be strays in that structure. If you complete the trials, you can get a trial key, which as of right now I'm not really sure what it's supposed to do. Maybe it will be used to unlock different rooms once the update is released. And there is a 4th type of spawner available in this structure though, and it actually spawns a new type of mob, the breeze. The breeze is kind of like a blaze, except it's a wind-based mob instead of fire. And now that we have wind and fire, this means we're just missing the wave and the dirt. Even though the breeze looks similar to the blaze, it actually functions a lot differently, and it has some pretty cool abilities. To start, every time it attacks you, you get launched back like this, as if the breeze is blowing you away with its attack. The breeze is also able to leap towards you in between attacks, making it very difficult to run away from this guy. The breeze's wind attack can also open trapdoors and doors, which I think is a super cool feature for a Minecraft mob. The wind can also put out candles, and it can set off redstone, meaning you have to be careful when these guys are around. Another interesting thing about the breeze is that you can send its attack back at it, similar to when you're fighting a ghast. This also seems to make the breeze angry, as he seems to go into tornado mode if you do this too much. If you kill a breeze right now, it drops nothing, but I'm assuming this is going to change when the update is released, as this is a fairly new mob. Going back to the trial chambers, there are actually a lot of new blocks being added which are used in the making of this structure. Starting off, we have the most obvious one, which is these tough bricks that are basically all over this structure. Tough bricks are crafted by using 4 tuff to make polished tuff, which then can be used to create tough bricks with the same recipe. There are also these chiseled tough bricks found in the structure, which seem to give it a little more detail, and there is just regular chiseled tuff that is mixed in with the other new blocks as well. Each one of these tuff variants, including regular tuff, also comes with new stairs, slabs, and walls. And overall, I think it's really cool that they actually made the tuff block have a use, as it was just some random block that you find at deep slate level before. But tuff isn't the only block that got a bunch of new variants, as there will be a lot of new copper based blocks in 1.21 as well. Starting with this block that is seen all over the new trial chambers structure, which is called the copper grate. The copper grate is unlike any other Minecraft block we've seen before, as it's sort of like a full block fence. Another unique copper block that is being added is the copper bulb, which sort of works like a redstone lamp, but it's a little more advanced, as it emits different light levels based on how oxidized the copper is. The copper bulb requires redstone to activate it if it isn't naturally spawning, and if it starts becoming oxidized, you can right click it with an axe to unoxidize it, which I'm pretty sure isn't a new feature, but I never knew it existed, so I'm putting it in here. There's also a new block called chiseled copper, which features this X pattern on it that looks super cool, and there are copper doors and trapdoors being added as well, which are the second type of metal doors to be in the game. The difference between iron doors and copper doors though is that you don't need redstone to open them. You can just right click them like any other wooden door instead. There also seems to be a handle looking thing that kind of looks like a key slot, and I think it would be cool if they made it so you can lock these doors with the new trial keys. But obviously that's not a real feature, that's just my theory of what it could be used for, because we've never seen a door handle that looks like this. If you play Minecraft, you probably know what a crafting table is, and if you don't, then I don't really know what you've been doing. But now you won't even have to use crafting tables anymore, because there is a new auto crafter coming in Minecraft 1.21. You need these items to craft the auto crafter, and once you've crafted this thing, you can right click it and place items inside it similar to a regular crafting table. The only difference is that you also have to use redstone in order to complete the craft. You can't just take it out like a crafting table. The crafter only crafts one one item at a time, meaning you have to spam it to get your items out, but this shouldn't be a problem if you're using it in some kind of redstone machine and not just pressing a button like this. Unfortunately, this is the only redstone I know how to do, so I won't be using the crafter. Another thing you can do is toggle the slots on and off, making it possible to automate recipes that don't take up the entire crafting area, and obviously you can use hoppers and droppers to fill this thing, because if you couldn't, it would kind of be useless. Another thing you can use hoppers and droppers to fill is the decorated pots that were actually added in 1.20, but now have a few new features being added to them. To start, you can right-click decorated pots to fill them with a single stack of items, which wasn't possible in the previous update. The only problem with storing your items in a pot is that you can't get them out without breaking the pot, so they really have more map-making use as they can be used to hide items. You can also now shoot decorated pots to break them, and this not only works with arrows, but this also works with any projectile, including projectiles that are shot by mobs. Unfortunately, the breeze can't break them though. You can stack decorated pots up to 64, which wasn't a thing before. You used to just have to have a full inventory of them, and overall I think these changes are pretty cool. It's definitely a lot better than how the decorated pots were before. The armadillo won this year's Minecraft mob vote, and I'm honestly kinda surprised. I thought the penguin would win for sure. But this means that the armadillo will be coming to Minecraft 1.21, and here are the features we know about it so far. The armadillo will spawn in savanna biomes, which will make it the first mob specific to this biome. But I have a feeling it might spawn in deserts as well, based on what they wrote on the mob vote page. The armadillo can roll up into a ball when it gets surprised, and it might be possible that it does this when it gets hit as well for extra defense. If you kill an armadillo, it will drop its scoot, which can be used to craft dog armor, and it says this is perfect if you tend to get surprised by skeletons after nightfall, which I find kinda weird because skeletons are actually afraid of dogs. Another mob-related change that is coming to Minecraft 1.21 involves bats. The mob that has been in the game for years has actually gotten a new texture added to it, similar to the Vex changes that we saw in the last update. The bat also has a new flying animation, which looks a lot cooler than the old bat, and it can also hang underneath blocks, although I'm not sure if this is a new feature. It might have been in the game before. Overall, I think these bats look pretty cool, and I hope they continue updating old mobs in the future, because some of them could really use an upgrade. You've probably heard this noise when an enderman teleports away from you, but in the new update, this noise is going to have another use, because now when you throw an ender pearl and it lands, you will hear this noise as well. This means the days of silently ender pearling on people are unfortunately over. The /tick command is a new command that can be used to manipulate the speed of the game, and if you type /tick rate and then a speed, you can actually speed up or slow down Minecraft without the use of an external program like you had to before. And you are also able to just completely freeze the game if you do /tick freeze, which can be kinda cool. I mean, look at this red cow. Another thing you can do is /tick sprint and then a time, which will make the game go super fast until the chosen time is up, and this is definitely one of my favorite things you can do with this command, as it can help a lot with making time lapses. There's a new cherry blossom biome coming to Minecraft, and what comes with it? Pink wood. Now personally, I would never make a pink house. That seems kinda sus. I didn't put that. I don't know who did that. That's Photoshop. I got hacked. Pretty much every imaginable wood thing can be made out of cherry wood now, including a boat, and the boat actually looks kinda good. I'm not even gonna hate this time. This biome also adds cherry leaves and these pink petals, which I think is a flower. You can bone meal dupe it, so it probably is. Overall, I think this biome is pretty cool, and all it's really missing is some white water. Wait, why did that noise play? Now, pink wood is obviously crazy, but it's nothing compared to some of the next features. Currently, there are 5 mob heads in the game, but there is actually a 6th one coming in 1.20. In the 1.20 snapshots, a piglin head has been added to the game. Now, I'm not sure how you obtain one of these things. I hope you don't have to kill a piglin for one, because that seems kind of unethical, but you gotta do what you gotta do. You would think these piglin heads would allow you to blend in, but you still end up getting a 5-star wanted level, and I don't even blame them. I would be upset as well if someone walked in wearing my head. That isn't the only change related to mob heads that we will be seeing though, and this next one is actually pretty cool. If you are familiar with how note blocks work, then you are not like me, but basically different blocks underneath equals different sounds. That's the simple way to put it. But now you can actually put a mob head on top of a note block, and it will make a sound that the mob would make, like this. Every head obtainable in survival is able to do this, and there's even a player head sound. I'm just kidding, I just wanted to do that, I don't know why. One of the biggest features in this update is the new archaeology feature, and in order to do the archaeology, you need to use a brush on some suspicious sand. You can't actually get anything from it unless you find it naturally, and suspicious sand is only found in desert wells and desert pyramids. Depending on the structure though, you can find some pretty crazy loot. In desert pyramids, you can find a pottery shard, TNT, gunpowder, emeralds, and even diamonds. And in a desert well, you can also find pottery shards and emeralds, but you can also find a brick, sticks, or suspicious stew. Unfortunately, you can't find any dinosaur bones in either of these. Something you can find in both of them though is a sniffer egg, but more on that later. There are 4 different pottery shards you can find, and if you do find pottery shards, it can be used to craft a decorated pot. But wait, what is a decorated pot? That's what I said when I read this. I don't even know if this is a new feature. Well, basically you can craft a regular pot like this, but if you want some cool caveman scribes on the side, you can simply switch out any or all of the bricks for a pottery shard like this. Then when you place the pot, instead of being lame and boring, you will have a very cool and unboring pot. The shard will only be on all 4 sides if you craft it like this though, allowing you to use all 4 shards if you're built like that to create a pot with a different image on each side. Now you're probably wondering what these pots are used for, and I'ma be real, I have no idea. Something I do know about though is the sniffer, Minecraft Live 2022's mob vote winner. The sniffer can be hatched from an egg which is found in suspicious sand, but it's not yet in the game, so I can't show you. But what I can show you is the crazy amount of animations this thing has. Like it can sniff, it can also sniff. Oh yeah, and it can sit down and dig for seeds, so that's pretty cool. A sniffer also feels happy according to the wiki. I wouldn't relate. These things can do a lot of things. That's a sentence said by somebody who doesn't know what they're talking about. The sniffer is a passive mob, and all it does right now is sniff and dig for ancient seeds out of the ground, but you are also able to ride a sniffer like this. Okay, that's not real, I baited you. This is actually a new feature though, it's the /ride command. It allows you to ride any mob, which is pretty cool. One of the seeds the sniffer can find is torchflower seeds, which are also used to breed sniffers to create a snifflet. That's what they're called. Torchflower seeds grow into a torchflower, which are just decorative as far as I can tell, and they're probably one of the coolest looking flowers in the game so far, but they're not even close to the coolest update in this video. There is another new mob coming to Minecraft 1.20, and no, it's not the warden shark. I don't know why it would be. It's actually the camel, a brand new mob based on the real life camel. The camel is a passive mob which can be found in desert villages, only the villages, not the whole desert. Camels can be ridden with a saddle, but the most interesting part of this is that 2 players can actually ride a camel at the same time. A camel is also tall enough to protect you from all the hostile mobs in your world, is what the wiki says as I die on my camel. To be fair, I was standing still, it actually does a pretty good job of blocking damage. Camels can actually sit, which is kinda crazy, but they are also bred using cactuses, which is kinda interesting. Like, why does a cactus hurt me, but I can just hold it in my hand? Camels have a built-in chest which works just like a chest does on a horse, and it also has a built-in dash ability, which is kinda crazy. This got me feeling like I'm playing Fortnite. With all this information, camels seem pretty OP, but you know what else is OP? Netherite armor. Netherite is getting a huge change in 1.20. Now, instead of just putting diamond armor or tools and a netherite ingot in a smithing table, you have to get one of these netherite upgrade smithing templates to go with it. You can find these netherite upgrades inside of Bastion remnants, and they can be duplicated using this crafting recipe. A lot of people have said this, but I think this feature is very bad for servers, as it basically allows people to gatekeep netherite. There is one good change coming for servers in 1.20 though, which is the new armor trims. These templates can be found in a variety of different structures, and they can be combined with one of these 10 materials and a piece of armor to make some sick designs like this. There are way too many unique armor combinations to show them all, so here are some of my favorites. You can also duplicate these templates with the same recipe as before, except the netherrack is switched out for the material on the template. Honestly, I think customization features like this are really good, and I hope there's more of these in the future. But even with how good this still isn't the best update in the video. We've talked about a new wood type being added already, but there is actually another one coming as well. It is now possible to craft a block of bamboo like this, and you can actually turn this thing into 2 pieces of bamboo planks like this. Here are all the things you can make using bamboo wood. It's pretty much the same stuff you can make with cherry wood, except there's this one block that's different, a bamboo mosaic. Bamboo mosaics can be crafted with 2 bamboo slabs like this, and you can also turn them into slabs and stairs like this. Honestly, I don't think this block looks that cool, and it's kinda expensive, so I don't know if I'll be using it. One thing I will be using though is the bamboo raft. It's basically a boat, but it's called a raft just like in one of my favorite games, Raft Wars 2. The cool thing about this though is that it has no walls unlike a boat. You can also put a chest on it like the other boats, but that's old news. This is 1.20 now. Something that isn't old news though is hanging signs. Hanging signs can be crafted using every type of wood, and as you can probably guess, you can hang them and write a message on them. You can currently hang them off the sides of blocks or from the roof like this. There is one downside to them though. Hanging signs have a lot less room to write on. Not a problem for me though, because there's only one message I wanted to write. Another new block coming to 1.20 is chiseled bookshelves. You probably didn't think of this, but chiseled bookshelves are actually used to store books. But the cool thing is, you can actually put enchanted books and written books inside of it as well. Basically, there are 6 book slots and each one can have a different book. This is pretty cool compared to normal bookshelves, which are basically only used for higher enchantments. The chiseled bookshelf is crafted like this and can be used as fuel in furnaces to smelt 1.5 items. I don't know why you needed to know that, but the wiki felt like it needed to tell me, so I'm telling you. You can also use hoppers and droppers to fill and also remove books from these bookshelves, so you could actually create a pretty cool library using this. If you play a lot of creative mode, you might be happy or mad, I don't know which one you will be honestly, to see that the creative inventory sorting has been changed. The items and blocks are now sorted into these 10 categories. If you play creative, let me know if this is good or bad. Personally, I think it's an L. I'm struggling to find a lava bucket. You probably already know that suspicious sand is being added to the game, but there's actually another sus block being added as well. Minecraft 1.20 will be adding suspicious gravel, which makes sense because sand and gravel are the 2 original gravity blocks. We don't claim this, but the dragon egg is valid though. The suspicious sand can be found in ocean ruins and trail ruins. And speaking of trail ruins, what is that? Well, let's see, because I actually don't know. I haven't looked at it yet. Trail ruins are typically found near some kind of water source, and they spawn in jungles, birch forests, and taigas. No, not tigers, taigas. The wiki says they generate mostly underground, with only the tip above ground, which sounds pretty normal until you see the structure without anything around it. You can find suspicious gravel inside of these structures, and after brushing it, you can receive either common or rare loot. This is all the common loot, and this is the rare loot. Do you think this new structure is a W or an L? Personally, I don't think it's that good, but that's okay, because there are a lot better features later in this video. Pottery shards have gotten an update. Well, they're actually called shards now. I spent 5 minutes looking for them thinking they got removed, but no, they just changed the name. And as well as changing the name, they also added a lot more of them. They basically work the same as before. You just take any 4 of them and craft a pot with them. All of these shards can be found in suspicious blocks in one of these structures. Desert Temple, Trail Ruins, Ocean Ruins, and Desert Wells. That's probably because these are the only places you can find suspicious blocks. Another thing that has been changed is a feature that was added in 1.19. The skulk sensor. Now I'm kinda stupid so I don't understand redstone, so I'm sorry if any of this is wrong. You can now use amethyst blocks to transmit the skulk signal to other skulk sensors. For example, if I place a skulk sensor in an amethyst block like this, and then I put another one 7 blocks away, the signal from the first one will make it to the other one, and it will keep going on for as long as you add them. That's not the only change though. A calibrated skulk sensor is being added as well. You can craft one of these like this, and basically what it does is filters which vibration frequency it detects through a redstone signal input. Yeah, I have no idea what that means. But this block is probably pretty important because Mumbo Jumbo made a video on it. It also looks kinda sus. A new music disc is being added in 1.20. There has always been a new music disc with every update, and this one can be found by brushing suspicious blocks inside of a trail ruin. I honestly haven't listened to the disc yet, but I'm playing it in the background of this part, so hopefully it sounds fire. Another new thing being added is actually a change to something that has been in the game for almost 10 years. The Desert Temple. Previously, there was only one hidden room in a desert temple that probably claimed your life the first time you ran into it. But now, if you enter a desert temple and go to the back, you will find some sand on the floor instead of sandstone. And if you dig out all the sand, you will find a room that looks like this. The purpose of this room was probably just to have a place for the suspicious sand to spawn, but it's still cool seeing something so old receive an update. Speaking of old things being changed, Mojang has made a few changes to potions. For some reason, they decided to change the color of a few of the potions, as you can see while scrolling this menu. I'm not really sure why they would do this, as it just makes things kinda confusing. Like, why is night vision green? Who did this? Another interesting change to the appearance of items is the new enchant glint speed and strength slider. If for some reason you don't like enchant glint, now you don't have to look at it because you can just turn it to 0. You can also turn the glint speed down to 0, but I don't know who would do this. It looks kinda strange. Minecraft 1.20 is adding the sniffer, which is cool, but we've already been over this. A couple changes have been made to it since the last time I talked about it though, and those include sniffers now get lured by torch flowers, so now you're able to have an army of sniffers. Sniffers can now dig in mud for seeds, didn't really know that they couldn't. The sniffer egg has been added to the game, and this is what it looks like. I'm pretty sure it hatches a sniffer, although I'm too lazy to wait for that to happen, so I'm just gonna do this instead. And finally, sniffers can now dig up another type of plant. Pitcher pods. Pitcher pods can be planted on hoed dirt, not regular dirt, this guy's kinda picky, and they grow in 4 stages, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Once it grows up, you now have a pitcher plant, and as far as I know, it does nothing, it's just decorative. Oh wait, you can actually turn it into 2 cyan dye, but that's it. I'm gonna be honest, this one definitely looks better than the torch flower, but if I had to pick, I'd go with something like a poppy, because these things look kinda crazy. There are even more armor trims being added to 1.20. The Razor, Sharp, Host, and Wayfinder armor trims can all be found inside of the new Trail Ruin structure, but none of these things compare to the new armor trim found in the Deep Dark. Upon opening one of the chests in an ancient city, there is a 1% chance of getting the new Silence armor trim. Now you might be thinking that it's not worth going through the effort to get an armor trim that only has a 1% chance of spawning in the most dangerous structure in Minecraft, but upon looking at the armor trim applied onto a full set of armor, this one is definitely worth it. Just look at this design, you can't even tell I'm wearing iron armor. Here's a screenshot of every combination you can make with this armor trim, even the diamond on diamond looks amazing. Another amazing feature is the new display entities. With a single command, you are able to place a floating block wherever you want in your world. And what's even cooler about this is you're able to change the size and the rotation, meaning you can do some pretty insane things with this. You are also able to spawn some giant floating items in your world, and if you really want to be creative, you can place floating text in the sky as well. You probably thought it would say subscribe, didn't you? Another cool thing you can do with text is editing signs. Previously, if you made a spelling mistake on a sign, you would have to break it and start over again. But now you can spell as many things wrong as you want because you can just right-click a sign and change the text without even having to break it. And that isn't the only cool change with signs though, and this one might be even cooler. Obviously, I just showed that you can right-click a sign and edit it, but if you right-click the other side of a sign, you are now able to write text on the back as well. So not only can you edit signs, but you can also write on both sides as well. Now all we're missing is the ability to draw things. If you're one of those people who likes to set everything on fire, then you are going to be very disappointed with this next update, or happy depending on where you are. That is because fire spread is being changed completely. Depending on what biome you are in, fire now spreads a lot faster or a lot slower. Generally, from what I can see, warmer biomes have faster fire spread, while colder biomes have slower fire spread. Unfortunately, this snow village gets to live another day. Luckily, there is still a way to burn down this village though, and that's with the new fill biome command. Similar to the command in World Edit, only a little bit more complicated because I don't have a wand to select the area. You are able to change naturally spawning biomes to any biome you want, including ones that don't normally spawn in the overworld. I really thought this would do something, I'm kinda disappointed. Another new command that is being added is the /damage command. Previously, if you wanted to damage yourself, you would have to find a way by being creative, but now you can just type a single command and boom, half your health bar is gone. You can also use this command on other players and entities, and this would probably be really funny to use against your friend who doesn't know how to play the game. The next new command is the /ride command, which I've already shown, but I just wanted to show that it is now fixed. I can actually ride the sniffer instead of sitting inside the green stuff. The final new command is /clone, and I honestly don't really know how to use this one, but apparently it kinda works like copy and paste in World Edit, so yeah. Everybody knows that leather armor is the most useless armor in the game, but did you know that leather armor isn't even leather armor? In the early versions of Minecraft, leather hadn't been added to the game yet, so players would instead have to craft this armor using wool blocks that you obtained by punching sheep and turning them bald. This armor was eventually replaced with leather armor, but the texture remained the same, meaning the armor you wear today might not be what you think. Speaking of weird armor things, did you know that Minecraft's old armor system actually worked a lot differently? To start off, armor used to absorb all types of damage, including fall damage, meaning you could jump off of a massive mountain and survive wearing full leather armor. But you also might have noticed that I have 10 armor bars wearing leather armor. How is that possible? Well, prior to beta 1.6, all armor actually provided the same amount of protection, and the amount of armor bars you had was actually reflected by the amount of durability left on your armor. This meant that the only actual difference between leather and diamond armor was how fast it breaks, which in Minecraft Alpha was pretty fast. When thinking of the most iconic Minecraft item, you probably think of diamonds, but what if I told you that diamonds weren't even diamonds when they were first added to Minecraft? When Notch first added diamonds to Minecraft, he decided it would be a good idea to refer to them as emeralds instead of diamonds. Maybe this is why villagers have been after them this whole time. In the early versions of Minecraft, creepers never used to explode. Well, kinda. In the in-dev stages of the game, creepers existed as a hostile mob, but they would just melee attack you instead of explode. Don't let this fool you though, as for some reason they still exploded upon killing them. In Minecraft there are many structures, such as villages, shipwrecks, and even woodland mansions. But there is actually a structure that came before all of these, a structure that no longer exists today. When creating a world in the in-dev versions of Minecraft, you would spawn inside of a starter house that was located in the center of the world. The starter house was made up of wooden planks and stone like this, but in older versions it was just a big mossy cobblestone house. The house was filled to the brim with a bunch of chests, and each chest contained a stack of every item in the game. This seems pretty OP, and we can see why it doesn't exist today. Speaking of structures, when you think of villages, you usually think of villagers. The iconic Minecraft mob, which you can kidnap, take advantage of its self-scamming trades, and even enslave it to create a civilization. But did you know that when villages were first added to the game, there were actually no villagers to go with them? Just an eerie ghost town in the middle of nowhere. You've probably milked a cow in Minecraft before, maybe even a mushroom cow if you were looking for some soup. But I bet you've never milked a squid before, and that's because you were only able to milk squids for a short amount of time in beta 1.2 before Mojang later removed this feature. Why could you milk a squid in the first place? That I have no idea. One of the most cursed things in Minecraft is placing water in the nether, which is made completely impossible by having it instantly evaporate upon being placed. This wasn't always the case though, because in earlier versions of Minecraft you could actually place ice in the nether, and then when it melted it would cause water to flow out like normal. You better keep this information out of the hands of the wrong people though, or you might end up with an ocean in the nether. Minecraft's blocks have seen major updates over the years, but there are some things about these blocks that used to be completely different. To start, chests used to take up an entire block, causing you to actually be able to use them as a building block, and it didn't look that bad. Furnaces used to have a stone layer on top instead of the cobblestone that we see today, and climbing ladders used to require only one ladder every 2 blocks instead of a straight line. But did you know that a secret slab used to exist in the game? In the really early versions of Minecraft, Notch added the dirt slab to the game, which was supposed to help make the mountains look more natural. But as you can see, it didn't really work. Most people think that crying obsidian was added in the nether update, but crying obsidian was actually seen in the game's files all the way back in beta 1.3. But instead of looking like this, it looked like this. I can see where the crying in the name comes from now. In beta 1.4, locked chests were added all around the map as an April Fool's update. Upon clicking on these chests, you would just be given a prompt telling you that you need to buy a Steve Co. supply crate key to open the chest, which was obviously a joke. These chests would end up getting removed from the world generation in the next update. I guess we'll never know what was really inside of these chests. Do you think Minecraft brewing is confusing now? Well, it's nothing compared to Minecraft's original brewing system. In beta 1.9 pre-release 2, cauldrons were added to the game, and their original use was to brew potions. All you had to do was click a water-filled cauldron with a potion ingredient, and then you could retrieve the potion using a glass bottle. Seems pretty easy, right? That is, until I tell you there were 30 different potions in the game, all with confusing names. That brewing system was crazy, but not as crazy as time travel being added to Minecraft. In the beta 1.8 pre-release, Mojang added the ability to build a time machine in survival Minecraft. Well, you don't actually need a time machine, you just need to press F6 to go back in time and F7 to go forwards in time. I wonder if Minecraft will ever have a 4D version in the future. In Snapshot 15W14A, another April Fool's update, attacking mobs is completely disabled, and the only way to progress is by left-clicking mobs to increase your hearts, which was also known as the love meter. This update added a bunch of mobs that were never seen again, such as the love golem, the pink wither, and even the smiling creeper, which upon exploding actually gives you flowers instead of killing you. None of this was as weird as the way you beat this update though, which is by gaining a certain amount of hearts and then completing a Minecraft-themed game of Minesweeper. I think from now on I'll just stick to playing regular Minecraft. Regular Minecraft isn't always so regular though, as the original method of respawning the Ender Dragon was added in Snapshot 15W31A. In this snapshot, you could respawn the Ender Dragon simply by building a creeper's face out of clay inside of the end. And no, I'm literally not joking, this one is real. Also in beta 1.9 pre-release 3, you could locate the stronghold based on these massive glass pillars that came out of the ground, and upon entering the portal room, you might notice something a little different about the end portal. That end portal was not nearly as different as the original Endermen though. When Endermen were first added to the game, they actually had green eyes, and upon attacking them, they would make zombie sounds instead of the sound that they make today. To make things even worse, instead of mining for diamonds, originally you could just farm endermen to make your diamond tools instead. This is completely overpowered as long as you don't run into the white enderman. This is a fishing rod, and this is a fishing rod being used in PvP, but did you know that when Minecraft first added the fishing rod, it actually looked like this and was completely useless? The only thing that you could do with it was stack as many of them on top of each other as you wanted. Crazy to see how far this game has come. Food in Minecraft used to be a lot different, as there was no hunger bar, meaning food would be used to instantly heal your hearts instead. When eating food, you didn't even have to wait for the animation to finish, as there was no animation. The food just instantly disappeared like you were Matt Stoney. The one downside to this though was that the food was not stackable. This meant that in order to stay alive while caving, you had to fill half your inventory up with food, allowing you to only have a little bit of space left for collecting ores. This made everything so much slower, especially because you can't sprint in these versions. You might have heard of the Aether mod, which is probably one of Minecraft's most famous mods, but did you know that Notch almost made this mod a reality? In beta 1.6, a sky dimension was added to the game and could be accessed using mods. Notch said that this dimension could have been a dream world where the player would have a random chance of being teleported to while sleeping in the game. Unfortunately, this dimension was never added to Minecraft, and instead this concept was later turned into the end. Speaking of sleeping in Minecraft used to be really annoying. In older versions of Minecraft, when trying to sleep in an area that was accessible by mobs, the game would wake you up every time a hostile mob was standing near you, even if you were separated by a wall. This made sleeping basically impossible unless you had a nuclear fallout shelter to sleep in. We've talked about some of the things added for April Fool's updates already in this video, but one of the most interesting April Fool's updates was 1.rv-pre1. Kind of a weird update name in itself. In this update, a few items were added, such as the ankle monitor, 3D glasses, and even a smartwatch. They even added a USB charging block, which could be used in the exact same way that a redstone block is used today. Now, obviously all of these items were added as a joke, but it would be kind of funny to put somebody on house arrest in your Minecraft world. This is a TV that sort of looks like plankton for some reason, and to build this, you need to place an item frame with a glass pane over a stone block, and then you have to throw 2 tridents at the top like this. You can also build a laptop using a similar setup, except using a pressure plate and trapdoor instead. Another household item you can build with a pressure plate and trapdoor is a chair, which is basically just a laptop on top of scaffolding. There's also another chair which you can build using any type of wood, but it's a little big. And there's this chair you can make as well, which actually looks pretty cool. Just make sure you don't fall through the cushion while you're sitting on it. Something that is in almost everyone's house is a chandelier. What? You don't have one? Okay, maybe it's not this fancy, but I'm sure everyone has a small chandelier that can be built like this with signs all around the outside of it. It's more like a lamp, I'm pretty sure, but calling it a chandelier makes it seem fancy. If you want to build a kitchen, you'll probably need a fridge, and luckily you can build one using quartz, some item frames with this slab in it, and some banners. And if you even want to take this a step further, you can place a dispenser behind the banner and then put some food in it so it's more realistic. Speaking of food, you can use a waterlogged slab to make pasta like this. And you can also use a dispenser to place some armor stands inside of a slab and make a tiny grill cooking meat like this. If you eat too much food, you're gonna want to use the bathroom, and luckily you can make a toilet by placing a diamond helmet as water under a stair like this. And after using the bathroom, you might want to light some scented candles, which you can make really long by placing an end rod underneath. Finally, you can make a garbage bin that actually works by placing a bunch of paintings around a cactus. And if for some reason you want a large clock in your house, you can build one by placing some slabs on the side, a slab and sign like this, a block with an item frame on top, and then a bell in the middle. It's supposed to do that every hour. This very large trophy that definitely wouldn't fit on a shelf. And a super large rifle that is made out of wood, which really has me questioning if it would work. You can also make a witch pot, which is just a respawn anchor with trapdoors around it. And you can make a dragon head that looks like it has a sword going through it, and you can even add ketchup. That's definitely what this is. If those builds weren't random enough, you can make a guy who got locked up using item frames and an armor stand like this. And you can make a Lego brick if you manage to get your hands on some colored heads. If you didn't like the idea of killing the Ender Dragon earlier, you can just make a regular upside down sword like this. And by placing a carpet underneath a block like this, and then putting an armor stand through it, you can create a chessboard by giving it a chain helmet and putting a pressure plate underneath it. If you build a cube of ice like this, and then put a Steve armor stand inside of it, you can push some ice on top of him and make a man who is freezing to death. You can also make some cracked ice by placing glow lichen on top of it, and you can build a penguin by using some concrete like this, a beak, and then place placing some banners on the front and the sides. You can place a stair in a slab like this, some signs on the side, and a fence gate on the back to make a sled. And if you want to give this sled some power, you can attach a dog to the front of it like this. Come on, hurry up, go faster. If you need more power for your sled, you can put some stairs like this, add a carpet on the back, and then place some fence gates on the side to make a reindeer. Okay, now this thing should be super fast. We got Rudolph pulling it. Reindeers help deliver gifts, so here's a gift made from a kelp block and candles, and here's a happy kid who just got what he wanted for Christmas. I'm not gonna let that happen. I'm a hater. You can make a small tree by placing azalea leaves on top of a dead bush, and you are even able to make that tree dead with some mangrove roots on top instead. You can make another cool plant by placing coral on top of some waterlogged slabs, and if you want to make some bulrushes, you can place some glass panes like this with a brown candle on top. You can also make another type of bulrush like this, as seen in my previous build hack video. Another outdoor build is the swing, which is made by placing some upside down lightning rods like this, and then putting some trapdoors underneath. You can also place 4 trapdoors like this with a waterlogged slab in the middle, and then place an egg and some coral on top to make a nest. You can even put this in a tree to be more realistic, although it looks very unnatural. There are a lot of bugs outside, and you can make one of them by placing a button through an item frame like this. You can also make a water cart, whatever that is, by placing some slabs like this, with trapdoors and some fence gates on the side, and then some barrels and a sign on top, and a tripwire as a faucet like this. Another thing with wheels is a wheelbarrow, which is made with these 3 blocks, and you can even fill it up by putting some compost in the middle. You can place a candle on top of melons and pumpkins to give them a stem, or you can use a sea pickle depending on how big you want it to be. You can also make a pineapple by putting this vine thing on top of a shroom light like this, and if you want to build a cake, you can place a piece of dirt and put some snow on top, and then you can add redstone on the top as a strawberry. This cake probably tastes really bad though, it's made out of dirt. Apparently fish barrels are real, and you can make a salmon barrel with a raw copper block and some trapdoors on the side. Or you can change it out for a raw iron block if you want to make a cod barrel instead. Another type of barrel is a honey barrel, and this time I'm actually not sure what that is. I've never heard of a honey barrel before. If you want to make your dinner table look more realistic, you can place a pressure plate on top of an item frame and place some food in it to look like a plate like this. And you can even add some condiments on the table and place some sea pickles on the side, which kind of look like cups. So much detail just for you to eat all the food in 2 seconds. If you have a dog, you can build a small doghouse by placing 5 trapdoors like this with a couple more trapdoors on the top. And you can even place a dog bowl on the side to give him something to drink. Another dog bowl you can do is this design using a decorated pot, and pairing them together looks like both food and drink. If you don't have a dog, you might have a cat, and there's also a cool cat structure you can build. First, place a scaffolding and trapdoors like this, add some fences on the back, and then place a couple carpets on top, and then you have a nice place for your cat to live. You might also have a parrot, in which you can also give a house. Well, sort of. In order to do this build, you have to push a piece of glass over top of the parrot, which is probably seen as animal cruelty. So something you can do that is less cruel is this bird bath, which uses a waterlogged slab and some signs on the side. Or you can place a hanging sign like this as a parrot perch. You are also able to use a bell if you don't think the hanging sign looks good enough. And you can also build a cage, which is slightly less evil, and it's built using fences like this, a slab and a trapdoor on top, and a chain and scaffolding attached underneath. This build also exceeds the build size limit for this video, but I'm just gonna let it slide because it looks pretty cool. The last build in the pets category is this snail, which I'm not really sure if it counts as a pet. Snails are also really slow, so the fact that it doesn't move might actually not matter. Something that for some reason isn't in Minecraft is balloons, but with a colored block, a fence, and a little animal cruelty, it is actually possible to have balloons in Minecraft. Another thing that is also not in Minecraft is hot springs, but that can be changed by placing some trapdoors and some campfires underneath a pool of water. You can also do the same technique by placing campfires under lava to get some smoky lava, and this time you don't even need the trapdoors. I would be careful when swimming in this one though, because it might be a little too hot. If you're tired of how the regular TNT looks, or just scared of building with it in case something like this happens, then you can actually place a barrel like this and put some signs on the side that say TNT to make an old looking block of TNT. You can even highlight the signs in white to make the text stand out and add a candle on top to look like a fuse. If you aren't afraid of using TNT to build, you can also place a bunch of TNT like this and then put some candles on top, and they will kind of look like individual dynamite sticks. You can even light them if you want, but just be careful you don't accidentally misclick. If you do set off the TNT by accident, it might be possible you need to build a grave, and luckily you can do that with 3 podzol blocks like this, an anvil, a skull of your choice, and a couple of flowers, and then you have a tiny gravestone for whoever died as a result of your TNT accident. Another random build hack is this super thin ladder, which is just a ladder placed on trapdoors, and something really cool you can do is place trapdoors alternating like this with ladders on each of them, and you can make a 1-block spaced working ladder. These tiki torches, which you can make using bamboo fences, and if you want to add some extra detail, you can attach a mob with a lead to the top, but obviously you will have to. You can also make one of those bulrush things that are found in swamps, and if you want to make corn, you can place a bamboo fence on top of 2 bamboo sticks instead. You can also place some bamboo fences alongside some real bamboo to make it look like dead bamboo, and you can even take it a step further with some oak fences which look extra dead. If you want to sell some bamboo on the black market, you can place some signs around the bamboo blocks and it will look like it's packaged up, or you can also stack a bunch of bamboo rafts to make a pile of bamboo. Another cool thing you can do with bamboo is place an item frame underneath a bamboo button to make a block of cheese, but this is probably some pretty moldy cheese. There are a lot of things you can make with a decorated pot, such as this pillar design, this tiny lamp, or this palm tree, which you can even mix with some of the different designs to look like carvings in the wood. But something really cool you can do with these pots is if you place one of these in the ground and then you put a carpet on top of it, it kind of looks like a pet bowl for your dog or your cat or your person. You can also place a pot underneath a moss carpet, and depending on what's around you, it can either look like an anthill or a landmine. If you place these pots with a bunch of gold, they kind of look like money bags, and if you place them with some TNT and then light a candle on top of it, it kind of looks like a bomb that's about to explode. Speaking of bombs, you can also hang one of these pots from a chain and then put a campfire under it like this, and it kind of looks like a cooking pot. You can also build a faucet type thing coming out of the ground and then place a glass pane in a pot underneath it to make it look like it's being filled up with water. Another cool thing you can do is place some pots in a palm tree and they will look like coconuts. And you can place a pot as a base for a street light like this, or you can even place it at the bottom of some bushes, which looks slightly better than a cauldron. You can also place a couple of these pots on top of a house, and if you combine this with some cobwebs, it actually looks like a chimney. But one of the most interesting uses for these pots is to make a punching bag that you are actually able to use in game. Okay, you can't really use it, but you also can't tell me I'm not punching it. Now obviously those hacks are cool, but it's time to show you some of the most illegal build hacks known to man. If you apply this armor trim to a leather helmet and then place it 1 block deep on an armor stand, you can use a piston to push a bookshelf through it, and it kind of looks like a stray book sitting on top of the shelf. Another thing you can do is dig out a big hole and then fill the whole thing with string, and after that you can do a little bit of animal cruelty and cover the whole thing up with carpets to get this rug design. Huh, that's weird. It looks like my rug is moving. Something else you can do with the sniffer is you can place some blocks through a sniffer's nose and then add a slab and some signs on the side to get a really interesting cushion design. Or if you're really ballin', you can use a sniffer's snout as a base to make a golden sink. Another thing you can do with a sniffer's nose is you can place it in the roof and then put a couple of fences and an end rod underneath it to make a lamp. Okay, this one was kind of a stretch. You can still see his face. Something you can do with a camel is you can place its head through a roof and it kind of looks like one of those bear heads you see on a wall in some rich guy's house. And you can also spawn a camel on the ground and then place some sand over top of its head to make it kind of look like a little sand dune coming out of the ground. You can even place a saddle on top of the camel to make it so you can sit down on the beach with a towel beneath you. Now those were definitely some illegal build hacks, but they still aren't the best build hacks in this video. This is a pumpkin, this is a melon, and this is an eggplant. Okay, it's not actually an eggplant, it's cherry wood with a sea pickle on top, but it actually looks pretty close. Another melon trick you can do is place bamboo planks with glow lichen beside a pumpkin, and it kind of looks like a dead pumpkin. Also, if you place a bamboo block in a field of melons, it kind of looks like some kind of squash. Everyone has seen these trapdoors being used as a fence, but you can actually use a hanging sign to make a pretty cool fence as well. Speaking of hanging signs, you can do some really cool things with them, such as this one-way door, which works by hanging a sign from the top and then hanging another sign underneath it. You can also make a little doggy door on the side of your house like this, or you can place it in front of your brand new cherry wood doghouse as well. Staying on the topic of farming, you can place 2 fences in the air like this, and if you place a hanging sign underneath it, it will look like a shovel that is sticking out of the dirt. You can also replace these fences with lightning rods or end rods to make different types of handles as well. If you want to make a table, you can place some hanging signs like this to make table feet, and you can even make the table legs a bit longer if you like things that are longer. Hanging signs can also be used to make a broken jungle bridge or a useless ladder, depending on how you see it. And you can place them in a pattern like this to look like a gate that is restricting your access to something. Something I bet you've never seen is a stoplight in Minecraft. Okay, you've probably seen one, I just didn't know what to say, but by placing a red sign, an oak sign, and a blue sign like this, it can kind of look like a stoplight even though 2 of the colors are wrong. Another thing you can do with the different sign colors is hang them over top of a campfire like this to make different stages of meat cooking. But probably the most interesting hanging sign hack is this parrot perch design. I'm just kidding, it's actually a working swing which can be made using 2 chains like this, a hanging sign on each side, a trapdoor on the bottom middle, and then a boat as a seat. And after you do that, you have a working swing. Well, you can't really swing on it, but I mean I'm sitting on it, so it kinda works. You can also make another swing by doing the same thing as before, except instead of placing 1 trapdoor, you place 3 on the bottom and then 3 on the back to get another really cool swing design. This time you aren't able to sit on it. If you're trying to be some type of supervillain, all you have to do is place some redstone behind one of the chiseled bookshelves, and then you can attach a couple regular bookshelves to some sticky pistons to make a secret door inside of your library. Something else you can do with chiseled bookshelves is build a cool floor design like this, and you can even make the bookshelf look like eyes when you put a slab in front of it. If you place the bookshelf with a stone slab in a cave, it kinda looks like something is staring at you through a crack in the wall, but that isn't the coolest thing you can do with the chiseled bookshelf. If you place a bunch of bookshelves beside each other, you can actually build things using the books inside of the bookshelves. I guess suspicious sand isn't the only thing that's sus in this update. Minecraft 1.20 adds a piglin head, and what can you do with it? Well, to start, you can place it on top of an armor stand, but that's boring. Instead, if you want a piglin in the overworld, you can place a piglin head on top of a sign, and it will kind of look like a tiny piglin. And if you really want to be him, you can make a hanging sign float, attach 2 signs on the side, and then add a banner on the back and a piglin head on top to create the boss piglin. His outfit kind of looks like Lord Farquaad. If you want to build some tiny birds, you probably wouldn't think of using a piglin head, but because of the floppy ears, it actually kinda looks like birds in the sky. Of course, you have to make sure not to look at the other side though. If you place a piglin head on the ground and then put a bunch of redstone around it, it looks like a piglin was just decapitated. And if you take it a step further, you can build up with some fences and place some chains and hang a red sign under it to make it look like a guillotine just chopped off its head. Have you ever wanted to build a giant snail? You probably haven't. But you can by placing a cherry slab, a sideways cherry log, and a nether brick wall with a couple of candles on the top. Now we have giant snails to go with our giant spiders. Another giant animal you can build with cherry wood is a pig. If you place 2 upside down stairs like this and add some slabs on the top, you get a pig. You can then add a button on each side for eyes and a cherry button for a nose and a tail for extra detail. Speaking of pigs, you can also make pork with cherry wood. If you place a sideways cherry log and then attach it to 2 fences using chains, it kinda looks like a piece of ham is being cooked over a fire. Another cool cherry wood build is this garden fence, which can be made using an illegal trapdoor technique that I didn't even know existed. You can even climb this thing if you try hard enough, so that's cool. Another thing you can put in your garden is a cherry tree, but not that one is lame. If you use cherry fences as logs and pair it with azalea leaves, you can make a really cool looking miniature tree. Something else that looks cool is this trapdoor window, which you can make using bamboo or cherry wood trapdoors depending on your build. In Minecraft 1.20, a pink boat will be added, but if you think this design is boring, you can actually make your own pink boat instead. If you place some slabs in the water like this and then add a fence in the middle, you can move 2 boats as close to the fence as possible and then add some trapdoors on the side and a flag on the top to make a better looking boat. The only problem is this boat doesn't really move. If you place a netherite upgrade in an item frame, you can use it as an up or down arrow for like an elevator or something, I don't really know. This single warden who really wants to kill me but he can't, so he does this, which is cool and all, but it isn't satisfying. So what will happen if I spawn 100 wardens and have them do the same thing? Oh my god, I'm pretty sure I went so high that it bounced me. And sure, that was satisfying, but not as satisfying as cutting down bamboo in this bamboo-only world, which I actually can't stop doing. And what's even more insane is watching this from above, just like covering the entire world in Skulk, which you can do with the help of a couple million Ravagers and a Skulk Catalyst. And now we wait as the entire world turns into Skulk. Wait, I wonder what would happen if I added even more of these. Okay, I think I broke it. There's a literal Ravager fountain coming from the sky. Oh my god. This is a chest full of random materials, which if placed a bunch of times like this, you can break all the chests and watch all the items fall out, which looks pretty nice. But the best part of this isn't the items falling, it's picking them up, which sounds super satisfying. I could literally do this for hours. Something else you can do is place a bunch of shulkers full of netherite above a lava pool, and then when you break them, this happens. And if you use a command block to place an infinite block like this, and then you use another command block to give yourself a 1 durability pickaxe every tick, you can infinitely break pickaxes, which makes this very satisfying sound. Uh-oh, I think I'm sick. I'm throwing up pickaxes. This is working quicksand in Minecraft, which can be made using this secret formula. First, you place some soul sand on the bottom, then you place some water above, and then you place some cobwebs on top of all that, and after that, you need to just place some sand on top that's ready to be dropped in. And now you can drop the sand and watch it all fall into place, which is pretty satisfying. After that, you have a working quicksand that you can't escape, but that's not the most satisfying part. If you remove the cobwebs like this, and then drop some more sand on the top, you can make this really cool bubbling effect, which looks like it doesn't even belong in the game. This effect can also be used in a square like this, which looks pretty nice, especially when all the sand and gravel breaks at the end. Or you can drop a line of sand and gravel like this, which kind of looks like a worm when it first drops. Another thing I found that looks pretty cool is this concrete powder turning to concrete like this, and I also tried it in a line, which looks pretty nice as well. This is a village that has a massive amount of dripstone above it, which is already kind of cool to look at, and I'm going to be dropping the dripstone on the village using this machine here. Oh my god, I think my PC is going to explode. Hopefully it looks good on replay, because I literally can't see anything. Okay, somehow we actually had a couple of survivors this time, but I'm going to add a layer of anvils, sand, and gravel to drop on the village as well. And now let's spawn Timothy. Hopefully he survives. Okay, first let's drop the anvils. That was much less laggy. Now let's add some sand. It's looking like Bikini Bottom down there. And finally the gravel. Okay, there's no way Timothy survived all that. Oh wait, he's actually right here. Honestly, doing that had me feeling like I was 9 years old again, so let's try some things we all did as kids in Minecraft. First, I'm going to be burning down a forest. Okay, this is taking forever. I guess I have to do it the old-fashioned way. Now that's some good forest burning. What about blowing up a ton of TNT? I think this was a mistake. If you make a box like this, and then place a repeating command block to spawn zombies, you can make an infinitely dying zombie. That's not what I meant to do. What you can actually do is spawn a bunch of zombies inside of the box, and then you can kill them all with a sweeping edge 100 sword, and it's honestly pretty satisfying. I wonder what happens if we make the box even bigger. Okay, that was so much better. Another satisfying way to kill a bunch of mobs is with a piercing crossbow. But this crossbow isn't gonna cut it. It only killed 4 of them. We need a max piercing crossbow. Alright, and let's kill the villagers in 3, 2, 1... Okay, it didn't reach the end, but we'll just pretend it did. What happens if you break these plants that go up to sky limit? It's literally raining twisted vines. Now let's do the cactus. Okay, that one actually looked kind of nice. What about the sugar cane? Whatever this thing is. And finally, bamboo. Bamboo definitely has my favorite sound out of these. But something that might sound better is a massive dripstone hitting the ground. Okay, let's just use this genius redstone timer to make sure we don't miss the sound. And now we fall all the way to the bottom. I like how it just gets faster the more that fall. Apparently, if you place a bunch of end crystals inside of each other, it looks really satisfying. But it doesn't seem to be working for me, so I guess we have to use a command block. I think we placed them on the wrong block, but it's definitely working. This thing actually looks so cool. I can't believe this is in Minecraft. Wait, I wonder what happens if we touch it. For this next one, let's build a giant cactus farm. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Just watching them pop up all over the place is really satisfying. Another satisfying thing we can do is place skulk sensors in a row like this, and then we can fill all the empty slots up with TNT. And now finally, if we drop an item on it, it makes this really cool pulsing effect. Oh yeah, I forgot it would all blow up. For this next experiment, we are going to need a massive pyramid, so let's build that. Okay, that literally took me almost 30 minutes and I didn't even finish it. But now what we can do is place water in the middle and watch it all flow down the pyramid. Was that worth the 30-minute wait? Probably not. We can also drain all the water as well, but it's definitely not as satisfying as watching it flow down the pyramid. Earlier, we dropped a bunch of anvils on a village, but I wonder what it would look like if we dropped it on a regular world. Okay, it kind of just started. I didn't mean for that to happen. But yeah, that was still pretty cool. Now let's take a break from experiments and check out some of the most satisfying maps in Minecraft. These are 7 colored rings made by Bosca Winks, and when you fly through them one after another, it's actually really cool to look at. Just like this massive spiral made by Amy Oak, which looks especially cool if you fly through it with an elytra like this. This is an island in the shape of a Mobius strip that was also made by Amy Oak, which I honestly have no idea how it works, but it's definitely really satisfying to look at. And another thing that I don't understand is this Penrose triangle made by Alascata, which also looks really cool from far away. Wait, I wonder what will happen if I turn it to sand. These next 3 builds were made by Adamax EP, and these are more like illusions, but they are still really satisfying to look at, especially this one, which will probably make you dizzy if you spin fast enough. If you put a Jeb name tag on a sheep, it makes it rainbow, so I wonder what will happen if I make a big pit and fill it with Jeb sheep. This is pretty normal, I see this every day in survival. Okay, now this is insane, you can barely even tell that there are sheep in the hole. Next, let's create a sand-only world and see what happens. Oh wait, I have to break the block first. There's a short amount of time before it becomes way too laggy. So now let's make it laggier with concrete. This would probably look so cool if it wasn't a slideshow. Next, I decided to make a sapling only world, and watching them grow was actually really satisfying. I can't move on until all the holes are filled. Another experiment similar to this idea is making a drip leaf only world. I honestly had no idea what would happen with this one, but it's probably one of my favorites so far. And the last world I made was a cactus only world, but it didn't really go well, so we'll just move on. If you place 2 slabs like this, and then you push them together with a piston, you can make an illegal slab. So I wonder what it would look like if we copied the build a bunch of times to make a wall of illegal slabs. Honestly, I'm not sure if this is satisfying, but it's definitely pretty cool, and also really laggy. Picking up a ton of XP can also be pretty satisfying. Okay, it just won't stop. It's been doing this for like 5 minutes. And for the last experiment, I decided to put some bees in a nest. A lot of bees. Okay, if we set it to day, they should all come out at the same time. Oh my god. Yeah, I don't even know if that was satisfying. It's kind of unsettling, actually. Apparently, if you drop a totem of undying on the ground and land on it, you will live. Alright, so we got our totem here, and let's just drop it all the way down. And let's just fall down on top of the totem. Oh my god, that actually worked. What? Apparently you can MLG into a cauldron. Alright, let's just go up on top of the cauldron, and we'll fall all the way down. And no, this one does not work. I still would have died. Apparently, naming a rabbit Toast changes his skin. So let's just get our Toast name tag, and we'll place a rabbit like this, and let's just name him. And yeah, it actually changes his skin. I've never seen this skin before. That's actually pretty cool. Apparently, an Enderman can stand in a cauldron. So, as you know, when you put an Enderman in water, it just TPs away like that. But what if you put an Enderman in a cauldron? Wow, he's actually just standing in the water. He doesn't even TP away. Can fish breathe on land with water breathing? Alright, this one sounds really stupid. There's no way this will work, but let's try it. And now the fish has water breathing, so let's see if it suffocates. Okay, yeah, the fish is taking damage and he died. This one is false. Apparently a gold pickaxe mines faster than netherite. So this is how fast netherite is able to mine stone, and this is how fast gold is able to mine stone. This is actually true. It's noticeably faster. But for some reason, when you put efficiency 5 on both of the pickaxes, the netherite one becomes faster. I don't even understand how that works. Apparently you can make glowing signs. So if we just take our regular sign here, and we get a glowing sack, apparently this will make it glow. No way, it actually makes it glow. How did I not know this exists? Apparently you're also able to dye signs. Alright, so it's the same thing as the ink sack, and yeah, this one works as well. This is so cool. You guys should definitely do what it says on the sign, by the way. It's not me telling you, it's the sign. Apparently you can tow a boat with a lead. So we have our boat right here, and let's just right click it with the lead, and nothing seems to be happening right now. But what if I put a pig in the boat, and then I put a lead on the pig? Okay, it just takes the pig out of the boat. This one isn't true. Apparently 1 block of water is able to hydrate crops that are 4 blocks away. So let's just put our water here, and we'll just hoe all this dirt. And yeah, it's hydrating the crops all the way over here, even though the water is here. Can you smelt an iron door into iron nuggets? So as you know, you can smelt gold and iron tools into nuggets like this. As you can see, I have a nugget right here. But can you do this with iron doors? No, it doesn't look like anything's happening. This is false. Will a baby villager jump on a bed? So let's just spawn a baby villager like this, and apparently he's supposed to just jump on this bed randomly. Okay, well right now he's following his parent, so we have to take care of that. And now let's see if he jumps on this bed. Okay, he's standing on the bed, and yeah, he's jumping on the bed. This one is true. Apparently throwing an XP bottle upwards gives more XP. So let's just throw it down first, and we got exactly 1 level. And now let's try throwing the bottle upwards, and we got a little bit more XP. This one might be true, but it also might be random, so I'm not really sure if it's true or not. Apparently there's an easy trick to find diamonds 100% of the time. So if we go to the middle of a clay patch like this, and then we go 6 blocks south, apparently apparently under the 7th block, there will always be diamonds. So let's just mine down like this, and we found gold, but that's not diamonds, so let's keep mining, and we've hit the void, and there's no diamonds. I don't think this one is true. Apparently a hoglin can survive a 50 block fall. So we have our hoglin here, and I'm sorry buddy, but you're going off the edge. And no, the hoglin did not survive. This one is false. Apparently you can sleep underneath lava without dying. So we have our lava bed here, and let's just sleep in the bed. And wow, this is actually working. How am I even sleeping in here? Speaking of dying in lava, apparently witches can't die in lava as well. So let's spawn a witch, and she's dying right now. Oh wait, they actually drink the fire res pot and live. This one's true. Witches can't die in lava. Apparently the top of a desert temple fits a full beacon perfectly. So let's just fill in all of this with netherite, because you know this is a perfectly legit beacon. And yeah, now we have a perfectly fitting beacon. I guess we know who really built the pyramids. Apparently you can use a sweetberry bush to clutch. And yeah, this one is true. I took no damage. Apparently a shield can block splash potions. So let's put a harmful potion in this dispenser, and let's just hold our shield out like this. And this one is false. I still got hit by the potion, even though I was blocking it. Apparently foxes can make a 4-block jump. So let's just put a chicken up here, and we'll spawn a bunch of foxes down here. And yeah, they jumped up and got that chicken immediately. This one is true. Apparently you can walk over magma blocks and campfires without taking damage if you have Frostwalker boots. So let's just make the Frostwalker boots. And yeah, the magma's true. I'm not taking any damage. But what about the campfires? Yeah, this one is also true. That's so cool. I never knew this existed. But now this makes me wonder if you can walk in lava with Frostwalker boots and not take any damage. Okay, this one is not true. You still die to lava if you have Frostwalker boots on. Apparently you can mine a beacon with your fist. So let's just mine this thing. And yeah, it still drops the beacon. Even though it takes a while to mine it, this one is true. Apparently if you kill a zombie pigman in one hit, the other ones won't attack you. So let's just one hit this pigman. And yeah, they're not attacking me. This one is true. Can you put a pumpkin on a villager's head with a dispenser? So let's just trap our villager, and we'll put a dispenser here. Now let's add the pumpkin to the dispenser, and let's see if it puts this on his head. Yeah, this one's actually true. The villager's wearing a pumpkin now. Apparently you can trap a warden by quickly placing wool over top of him. So let's just start spawning our warden like this. And if we place wool like this, apparently this traps the warden. And yeah, this one is true. The warden is just kind of trapped in wool now. That's so funny. Apparently you can put out a campfire by right-clicking it with a shovel. And yeah, this is true. It puts out all the campfires instantly. Apparently if you right-click a villager during a raid, it will sweat. So let's just right-click this guy, and I swear I just saw water particles coming from him. Yeah, there's water particles coming from him. This one is true. The villagers really do sweat during the raid. Apparently a dolphin will pick up diamonds. So let's just throw some diamonds to this dolphin, and he's going back for them, I think. And yeah, the dolphin is picking up diamonds. That's so cool. He even throws them back to me. It's just like an LA, but underwater. Will a zombie chase an invisible villager? So we have our zombie right here, and let's just make this villager invisible, and we made the zombie invisible too. Okay, we have to redo that. Alright, let's just try this again. And yeah, he's chasing the invisible villager. This guy has some really good eyesight, I guess. Will a grindstone remove a curse from an item? So let's just put these pants in the grindstone, and no, it literally does nothing. It just keeps the curse of binding on it. Apparently if you trick a skeleton into lighting TNT, it will make creepers drop a ton of music discs. So let's just get the skeleton to shoot the TNT like this, and he shot the TNT, so let's see what happens. And yeah, they dropped a ton of music discs. That's so cool. I had no idea you could get music discs like this. Apparently you can milk goats. Okay, I don't know how I've never heard of this one, but it actually makes sense. So let's see if it gives me milk. And yeah, the goat actually gives me milk. How did I not know this is true? Can you put 2 parrots on your shoulder? So let's just tame our parrots like this. And we got 1 parrot on our shoulder. Let's go for 2. Okay, I don't really know if this one's true. He doesn't seem to be getting on. Oh wait, it actually worked. He got on my shoulder right when I thought it was false. Okay, I guess this one is true. You can dual wield parrots. But can you get 3 parrots? I don't think so. He's just running away from me. Will a totem of undying save me from /kill? Alright, so let's just /kill. And no, the totem of undying did not save me, unfortunately. Apparently throwing an instant health potion upwards will give you more health than throwing it down. So let's just throw a potion down like this. And as you can see, it gave me 2 hearts. So now let's throw one up in the air like this. And it still gave me 2 hearts. This one is false. Apparently a witch can't die to instant damage potions. So let's just rain instant damage potions down. And yeah, the witch is just drinking instant health and it's countering it. This one's true. Can you make suspicious stew with a wither rose? So let's just put all these things in the crafting table. And yeah, you can make suspicious stew with a wither rose. This one is true. Will lightning turn a mushroom cow into a brown cow? So let's just spawn a lightning bolt. And yeah, it turns it into a brown cow, but not the brown cow you would expect. It's actually a brown mushroom cow. Will a baby piglin ride a baby hoglin? So let's get our baby hoglin right here. And we'll spawn a ton of baby piglins. And now let's see if one of these guys rides the Hoglin. Okay, nothing is happening so far. Oh, and one of them actually is riding on the Hoglin. This is true. And wait, multiple of them are stacking on top. You can make an entire piglin stack with this. This is so cool. Does soul fire do double the damage of regular fire? So let's just stand on the fire, and as you can see, it did half a heart to me. But now let's try standing on soul fire. Yeah, the soul fire does 1 heart, and the regular fire only does half a heart. This one is actually true. I had no idea. Apparently a flame bow can ignite a campfire. And yeah, that ignited the campfire. This one is true. Can you walk on powdered snow with frostwalker boots? Okay, so this one would make a lot more sense than magma, so let's see if it's true. And no, it doesn't look like it's true. I've sunken in the snow. Apparently new emerald armor was added in 1.20. So obviously there was no new emerald armor added in 1.20, but you can put this armor trim on a full set of diamond armor, and as you can see, it kinda looks like emerald armor, even though you can still see the diamond a little bit. So I'll say this one is partly true, I guess. Apparently if you breed 2 different colors of sheep, it'll combine their colors. So let's just breed these sheep, and it should make a purple sheep. And yeah, this is true. Now we have a baby purple sheep. This is kinda cool. Apparently you can farm crops in the nether. Okay, I'm not really sure why this would work, but let's just give it a try. Okay, and it kinda looks like these are hydrated somehow. Okay, I somehow placed 1 seed, but I'm not able to place seeds in these ones. That's so weird. So I guess this is partially true, I guess. I'm not really sure if this will actually grow. Apparently hostile mobs can't cross over rails. So let's just place some rails on the ground like this, and we'll spawn a bunch of zombies. And yeah, it looks like they can't get me past these rails. This one is somehow true. Apparently items can sink through mud into hoppers. So let's just throw some diamonds through here. And yeah, it looks like they sunk through the mud. Apparently if you ride in a minecart and then sleep in a bed, it'll make you sleep on the floor. Okay, it doesn't look like it worked. I'm pretty sure I'm still in the bed. This one is false. Apparently there will always be a lush cave underneath an azalea tree. So let's just try to find an azalea tree like this. Okay, and we finally found an azalea tree, so now we just have to mine underneath it. So let's just start mining down. And yeah, we've landed in a lush cave. This one is true. Apparently the warden can't kill you on carpet. So let's just stand on a carpet like this, and it's already looking kind of bad. I have the darkness effect. Okay, the warden is literally standing right beside me. There's no way he doesn't kill me, right? Okay, yeah, he's getting angry. Okay, yeah, that one's false. I don't know who thought of that. There's no way that was gonna work. Apparently you can make infinite water with only 1 water bucket. So if we place a block like this, and then mine out 4 like usual, and then we place our water right here, apparently if we put kelp on these blocks, it'll make an infinite water source. So let's just put kelp all over here, and it did change the water. So let's just break this, and yeah, now we have infinite water from only 1 water bucket. That's so cool. Will a totem of undying work in the void? So let's just fall into the void. And no, the Totem of Undying does not work in the void, unfortunately. Apparently, iron golems don't take fall damage. So let's just push this guy off, and let's see if he takes fall damage. No, he actually didn't take fall damage. This one is true. I guess that's what happens when you're made of iron. You're just invincible. Can you mine lapis ore with a stone pickaxe? So we have regular lapis, and let's just break it with a stone pick. And yeah, it actually dropped the lapis. This is true. But now, can you break deep slate lapis with a stone pick as well? Yeah, this one also works. I guess you only need a stone pick to collect lapis. Is a diamond and a turtle egg the same texture? So we have our diamond right here, and we also have our turtle egg. And yeah, I can actually kind of see the similarities. Like, they have the exact same shape, and the shading is kind of the same as well. I don't know, let me know if you think these are the same texture or not in the comments. I'm pretty sure that they are. Apparently, if you dig straight down at your world spawn, there will always be diamonds. So let's just start digging straight down from where we spawn, and there was no sign of diamonds anywhere. This one is unfortunately false. Can you survive a fall by landing on a watermelon? So the logic behind this one is because it has water in the name. And no, it's not true. It was pretty obvious it isn't true, to be fair. Apparently you can run over a 1-block gap. So let's just get a running start from back here. And no, I fell in the lava. Alright, let's just try it a few more times. And wait, I actually just ran right over the lava. Somehow this one is true, but it only happens sometimes. So I would still be careful if there's 1 block of lava like this. Apparently you can survive 4 anvils dropped on your head. So we have 4 anvils up here, as you can see. And let's just break the wood block that's holding all these anvils up. And yeah, I somehow survived 4 anvils getting dropped on my head. Although I'm stuck in the anvils now, so I'm not really sure if this is a good idea anyway. Apparently if you throw diamond armor into lava, it will turn into netherite. Alright, so let's just throw a full set in here. And yeah, this one is definitely not true. If you fall for this, you deserve it, to be honest. Apparently netherite armor can survive lava though. So let's just throw our netherite armor in. The netherite armor actually swam back up. This one is true. Can you combine 2 different types of stairs by putting them in the border? So let's just place our 2 stairs like this, and we'll put a piston behind them, and apparently this will combine both of the stairs. Yeah, this one is true, and this is so weird. Like, look at the 2 stairs mixing right here. I'm pretty sure sure this is not supposed to happen. Apparently, turning a shulker invisible will make him lose his shell. Yeah, this one is true, and this looks so weird. There's literally just this little head right here. Apparently, you can spawn a giant slime. So, apparently using this command, I will spawn a giant slime. So let's just try it. Oh my god, this slime is massive. Yeah, this one is definitely true. I would not want to run into this slime in my world. This guy is huge. And along with a giant slime, apparently you can spawn a giant magma cube as well. And yeah, it literally works the same as the slime, and I actually have no idea where he just went. He just flew away. Like, look, when he jumps, he just completely disappears. This one is definitely true. Do zombie pigmen crush turtle eggs? So we have our zombie pigmen here, and yeah, they're literally just crushing the turtle eggs. That's kind of mean. I don't know why they would do that. Will a skeleton turn to a stray if you trap it in powdered snow? Okay, he's shaking, and yeah, he turned into a stray. This one is true. Are you able to turn the wither invisible? Alright, let's splash him with invis, and no, we can still see the wither. And honestly, that's kind of good. The wither would be absolutely terrifying if you could make him invisible. If you smelt a wet sponge and you put a bucket underneath, apparently it'll fill the bucket with water. Yeah, this one is actually true. I guess if you need water and you only have a wet sponge, this is a good way to do it. Can you put a shulker box into a shulker box? Nope, you cannot. I'm clicking, as you can see, and nothing is happening. This one is false. Apparently you can mine a dragon egg if you put it underwater. Okay, so as you know, you can't normally mine a dragon egg, so let's see if this works. Okay, no, the dragon egg just teleports away. This one isn't true. If you throw a trident with loyalty on it, and then you fill your inventory, apparently it'll chase you. So let's just throw our trident really far away like this, and now let's fill our entire inventory up quickly, and apparently the trident will just chase us, and yeah, the trident is just flying around me. This is so weird. Look at what it does when I stand still. This is so funny. Apparently you can't blow up a nether star, so let's just light this TNT, and yeah, this one is true. The nether star just flew away, but it didn't explode. Will lightning turn a red mushroom into a brown mushroom, similar to how it does that with the cows? Alright, let's just summon a lightning bolt, and no, this one isn't true. The mushroom is still red. Will looting work if the sword is in your offhand? So let's just put this sword right here, and we'll hold out another sword, and let's kill the mushroom cows with our diamond sword instead. Alright, that one just dropped 2 beef and 1 leather. What about this guy? Alright, 1 beef and 1 leather. I don't think it's true. Looting would give way more. Apparently, if you type excited ZE into the crafting table, it changes your language. And yeah, wait, everything is completely different. I'm pretty sure it changed my game to pirate language. What is this? Can a blaze light a campfire? So let's just get this blaze to shoot at us. Okay, yeah, he hit the campfire and it actually lit it up. This one is true. Apparently, you can infinitely tower with powdered snow buckets. So if we place one like this, and then we stand on the top, and then we place another, we can grab the first bucket from the bottom, and then build up like this, and then we can just keep doing this. And as you can see, this is true. You're able to infinitely tower with powdered snow. This is kind of cool. Apparently, there's a game rule that will completely disable the warden from spawning. And yeah, this is true. There's a game rule called do warden spawning, and if you set it to false, the warden will no longer be able to spawn in your world. Can a bee survive a hit from the warden? Alright, I honestly have no idea how this one would be true. I mean, how is a bee gonna survive an entire warden? Okay, it looks like the warden's found him. Oh, and he's getting angry. And no, the bee did not survive a hit from the warden. This one is false. Will a camel protect you from taking damage from a ravager? So let's saddle up our camel, and we'll just go in survival like this. And no, this one is not true. I'm still being hit by the ravager. If you jump on a cactus, you can jump 2 blocks high. Alright, so we've placed our cactus in our 2-block jump, and I'm assuming I just have to do this, and hopefully I'll be able to jump 2 blocks. Alright, I don't really know about this one, but I'm pretty sure that this works with fire, so let's just keep trying it. Come on, surely it'll let me jump 2 blocks. I don't know, maybe I'm just bad, but I'm gonna have to say this one is false. It's not working for me. Apparently, Skulk can't spread in water. So we have our Skulk catalysts right here, and let's kill this skeleton, and as you can see, the Skulk spreads, but apparently if there's water here, it won't spread, so we have to try this. Alright, let's just place water all over the Skulk, and we'll put down another skeleton, and this one's not true. I'm pretty sure I saw it spread. Yeah, this one isn't true. It's spreading underwater. Apparently, if you give an allay an item, it can't explode. So we have our allay right here, and we'll give him a diamond, and now let's place a ton of TNT all over the place, and we'll just put some diamonds here so we can go get them, and we'll light the TNT. The TNT didn't really hit him, but I didn't see him take damage. He just kind of got blown away, so I'm gonna say this one is true. Apparently, if you ender pearl and then go in the end, it'll send you back to the overworld. Okay, and we'll just throw an ender pearl all the way over here, and now let's go in the end, and it should TP us any second. Okay, yeah, this one is false. It would have TP'd us by now. Apparently, all cats in a witch hut spawn as black cats. So as you can see, there's already a black cat right here, and we'll spawn our cats in the witch hut, and yeah, they're all black cats. That's so crazy. And as you can see, if I go over here, they're just normal cats. So it's literally literally just the witch hut. Wow, that's so weird. Apparently in the new update, you can summon the white enderman with a command. So I'm typing the summon command, and I don't see anything coming up for white enderman. This one is false. Apparently ancient debris resembles an old warped log. So we have a warped log here, and as you can see, this is what it looks like, and here's an ancient debris beside it. Apparently this is supposed to be an old warped log. It doesn't really look like it on the sides, but the top looks pretty similar, so I don't really know if this one is true. You guys let me know if you think this resembles a warped log or not. I honestly don't know. Apparently there's a secret room under the village well. I'm pretty sure these village wells have been in Minecraft forever, so I'm pretty sure I would know about this if there was a secret room. And let's just mine the blocks out under here. I mean, there's a cave down here, but I'm pretty sure that's not a secret room. This one is false. Apparently there's a secret new deep dark villager. So let's just spawn a villager. And no, this is just a normal villager. There's no new deep dark villager in this game. I'm sorry. Apparently there's a secret room hidden under the igloo. So if we break this carpet here, there's supposed to be a hidden room somewhere under here. Wait, there's actually a trap door. And there's a ladder down to the bottom. What's down here? And yeah, there's actually a secret room down here. And it looks like there's a thing to cure a zombie villager down here. And you get this chest with a golden apple, so all you need is a weakness potion. Oh wait, you can actually get a weakness potion here too, so you can literally just cure this villager right here. That's so cool. Apparently sniffers can sniff for seeds in the end. So we have our sniffer right here, and let's see if he can find some seeds. Alright, he's sniffing the air. This might be true. Okay, he's been sniffing for a long time, and he hasn't found anything yet. I don't think this one is true. Apparently there's a new bat in the new update. So let's just spawn a bat right here, and yeah, this is actually a new bat. This looks so cool. Apparently you can now put items in a decorated pot. So we have our decorated pot right here, and let's just right click it with these diamonds, and it's doing something. Okay, now let's right click it to see if they're in the pot. Okay, I don't know, the pot's just kind of wiggling. Maybe we have to break the pot. And yeah, the diamonds came out of the pot. This one is true. You can put items in pots now. Can you break pots with arrows? Alright, let's just shoot the pot. And yeah, this one is true, but it only drops bricks. It doesn't drop the pot. And just to be clear, you can break pots with every projectile, not just arrows. Can you give a snow golem fire resistance? Alright, so we have our snow golem right here, and let's just splash him. And yeah, he has particles, but does this actually work? And yeah, the snowman is just swimming in lava and not dying. This is the weirdest thing I've seen. Does an evoker turn blue sheep red? Alright, so we have our blue sheep here. I don't really know why this one would work, but let's just spawn our evoker, and he's doing something. And the sheep actually turned red. What? Why doesn't this guy like blue sheep? Can you survive a 50 block fall with feather falling 4 boots? So let's just put feather falling on the boots, and now let's just fall down this 50 block platform. And no, I died. Apparently putting a pumpkin on your head stops endermen from attacking you completely. So we have our enderman right here, and let's just put a pumpkin on our head, and now let's fight the enderman. Okay, yeah, he's hitting me. This one is definitely not true. The enderman still attacks you when you have a pumpkin on your head. It's only good for looking at them. Apparently you need silk touch to mine a chiseled bookshelf. Okay, so we have a silk touch axe and a regular axe. Wait, it actually doesn't mine with the regular axe, and it mines with silk touch. Why is that a thing? I'm assuming that's a glitch, because that's really weird. Can a sniffer egg float? Yeah, it can float. Is there something the sniffers are hiding from us? Wait, will the egg hatch in the air? Okay, yeah, it does. I'm sorry, Snifflet. I didn't know it would work. Can the new mobs go upside down? Okay, so we have a dinner bone name tag, and yeah, it works for a sniffer, and it also works for a camel. This looks so weird. Can you breed bees with the new pink petals? Yeah, you can, but the only reason this works is because they're a flower. Can you put a baby sniffer in a boat? So we already tried with a big sniffer and it didn't work, but yeah, it works on a baby sniffer. This is true. Wait, maybe you can grow the sniffer in the boat. No, never mind. It just gets teleported out. Another mob that can't fit in a boat is a camel. But yeah, it also fits in a boat as a baby, although the same thing happens when you grow it, unfortunately. Can you bounce off of a slime? So obviously you can bounce off a slime block like this, but does it work on a slime? No, it doesn't work, but I don't understand why. They are both made from slime balls. Does string make lava quiet? So I turned subtitles on, and right now you can see the lava sound is being made. So let's put some string on the top, and yeah, for some reason the lava sound is gone. That's so weird. Can you shoot through a bamboo trapdoor? No, you can't. The giant hole isn't real, I guess. What about a cherry trapdoor? Yeah, if the bamboo one didn't work, there's no way that one was working. Striking a villager with lightning makes it a witch. Yeah, this one is true, and it really makes me wonder what striking a person with lightning does. Do parrots dance when you play music? Yeah, wait, they're going crazy. Unfortunately, this doesn't work when they're on your shoulder, though. Does Frostwalker work on armor stands? So let's just make this device real quick, and yeah, it turns all the water to ice. That's so cool. Oh, and I also just noticed that ice has a melting animation. I've never seen that before. Can you light 2 end portals at the same time? No, only one of the portals lights, but I don't really know when you would need this anyway. Can TNT boost an ender pearl? Okay, I don't think that's how you're supposed to do it. Yeah, I don't know if it made it go any further, but it definitely got boosted. Do frogs eat silverfish? No, it doesn't look like they eat these guys. This one is false. Can you hoe dirt on top of a chest to open it? So we have dirt, and we have a chest. And as you can see, it can't be opened. And yeah, hoeing the dirt makes it open. This one is true. Can piglins use a totem of undying? Here you go, man. Take the shiny object. I think it has to be a baby, because the big ones are already holding something. And yeah, it actually works. The baby survives with a totem. You can light a campfire by setting yourself on fire. Alright, as you already know, don't try this at home. No, it doesn't work. I set myself on fire for nothing. Can you jump 9 blocks with these 3 potions? So we have speed, slow falling, and jump boost. And yeah, it works. I jumped 9 blocks. Apparently mobs can't climb azalea leaves, so I am able to climb these leaves just fine. But yeah, the stupid zombies can't get in. This one is true. Apparently 2 wardens can't kill a witch. So let's put a witch in a cage like this. And yeah, the wardens attack the witch, but it never dies because of its potions. It's true. Can you put powdered snow inside leaves? So everyone knows you can waterlog leaves like this, but what about powdered snow logging? No, you can't. It's false. Can a zombie piglin spawn riding a strider? So let's just spawn a bunch of striders. Yeah, it's true, and he even has a fishing rod thing to control him as well. Can you trap animals with trapdoors? So if we put a bunch of trapdoors like this, and then spawn some sheep inside, they shouldn't be able to escape. Yeah, they can't follow me. I guess we know why they're called trapdoors now. Does reinforced deep slate protect you from the warden? Okay, so I already have darkness. This isn't looking good. Okay, yeah, he hit me. This one is not true. You can run underwater with mud. This one sounds stupid, but yeah, it's true. Allays drop items on note blocks. Okay, so if we give him a diamond and then throw some diamonds over here, he should drop them on this note block. Yeah, it actually works. That's so cool. Can a dog survive a hit from the warden? So in order for this to work, I have to tame him. And yeah, it's true. The dog survives a hit. Can you make an iron golem underwater? No, you can't. What about a snow golem? Okay, yeah, the snow golem works, but I don't think he's making it out of the water. What about a wither? Yeah, this one is definitely not possible. I can't even place the heads. Do ocelots attack chickens? This one is kind of weird, but it's true. Oh, and they even sneak up on the chickens when they are really far away. That's kind of cool. Apparently a dog's tail shows how much health it has. So as you can see, his tail is all the way up. Now let's do some animal cruelty. And yeah, his tail is all the way back down. And you can even see that I healed him and his tail went back up. This is true. Can fish live in mangrove roots? Okay, that one didn't work. But yeah, it works when I click on the bottom. He's inside of the mangrove roots. Do pumpkin stems always face west? So if I place one pumpkin down, it's kind of facing west. It's more northwest though. And yeah, each one of the stems faces the same direction. This one is true. What about sunflowers? Do sunflowers always face the sun when you place them? So it looks like they're facing the sun right now, but let's try moving the sun. And no, they still face the same way. This one is false. Can you use eggs to break leads? Yes, you can, and this works with pretty much any projectile except for fishing rods. For some reason, they just do this. Apparently, bats don't drop XP. Alright, let's try to kill this guy with a bow. Wow, first try. Yeah, he didn't drop XP. This one is true. Can you kill blazes with water bottles? So I've heard of killing blazes with snowballs, but never water bottles. Yeah, it works, but it's gonna take a lot of water bottles to kill one of these guys, so a sword or an axe is a way better method. Can you use Frostwalker on a boat? Okay, so I have Frostwalker boots on, and no, this one isn't true, but why would you need a boat with Frostwalker anyway? Do llamas attack wolves? Okay, the wolf is literally sprinting away. And yeah, it's true. I didn't know llamas had any enemies, except me, of course. Can you put a boat on top of your head? So let's just break this block. And yeah, I have a boat on top of my head now. Fashion has really been taken to new levels. Can you put armor on a villager? Yeah, he's taking way less damage now. This one is true. Does stained glass change the color of a warden's sonic boom? Okay, let's just provoke the warden again. No, this one isn't true. It's still blue. Do anvils bounce off slime blocks? Alright, let's drop the anvil. No, they do not, unfortunately. Can a group of wardens blast away the ender dragon? Alright, let's spawn a ton of wardens. Yeah, it's true. They sent him flying. Apparently nether fences can't connect to other fences. So if you have 2 types of wood fences, they'll connect like this. But when you place nether fences, it doesn't work. That's so strange. Apparently you can't sleep while poisoned. Also, don't try this at home. No poisoning yourself. Yeah, this one is true. It just kicks me out of the bed. Can you shear a goat for a goat horn? I really doubt this works. It makes no sense. Yeah, you can't do this. You just gotta wait for them to ram into you. Can you escape phantoms by going underwater? Nope, it looks like these guys can swim as well. Well, if they weren't already annoying enough. I guess the only option to get rid of them is by sleeping. Do foxes get stuck in snow when chasing chickens? First it's the ocelots killing chickens, and now it's foxes. Everybody hates these guys. But yeah, they get stuck in the snow for a second when chasing them. That's kind of funny. Apparently ghasts can't swim. Okay, it's definitely not true. He is still chasing me underwater. Can you look at Enderman through glass? So this is me looking at an Enderman without glass. Not good. And this is me looking at one with glass. Yeah, he doesn't attack me anymore. It's true. Does naming a Vindicator Johnny make him attack all mobs? This one is kind of strange. I don't know what Johnny did. But yeah, it's true. For some reason he goes on a rampage. Can you stack two types of slabs? So apparently if I put two slabs like this against the world border and then push them together, it will make a cursed slab. Yeah, it does. That's so weird. Do cats take no fall damage? I'm pretty sure this is a thing in real life, so it's probably true. Yeah, it's true, he just eats that fall. Will tadpoles follow you if you hold a slime ball? So we know that this works with frogs, and yeah, it also works with tadpoles. This one is true. Can a warden survive a max height fall? Yeah, it's true, he survived. I guess cats and wardens are the same thing. Do potions of healing hurt undead mobs? Yeah, it's true, and the opposite works as well. You can heal undead mobs with harming potions. Can you breathe underwater with torches? So everybody knows you can breathe underwater with doors like this, but what about torches? Okay, it kinda works, but the torches break, so it's not technically true. Can you bridge to the outer end islands? So obviously I could sit here and bridge like this, but that's boring. I'm just gonna fly instead. Yeah, it's true, you don't even need to kill the ender dragon to get here. Although it's probably faster. That was like 1,000 blocks. Apparently camels can make a 12-block jump. Yeah, it's true, they need this guy in the NBA. But now let's see if a camel can protect you from the Ender Dragon. This is kind of a weird situation. How would a camel even get to the end? But yeah, it actually works, but it's not looking good for my camel. Are beehives more common in Cherry Grove biomes? Okay, there's literally 3 of them right here. It's definitely true. Does weakness stop you from being able to attack mobs? Okay, so I can still attack mobs when I have weakness, but when I punch the mobs, it doesn't work. So this one is kind of true. Apparently you can't attack a camel's head. This one seems kind of weird. I'm sorry, camel, if this doesn't work. Oh, it's actually true. How is this possible? Can you put armor trims on an elytra? No, you cannot. What about armor trims on a turtle shell? You actually can, and this thing looks really cool. I'm definitely gonna start wearing turtle helmets. Can you breed camels with cactuses? Alright, let's just feed them both some sharp objects. And yeah, somehow this one actually works. Do all camels run the same speed? So everyone knows that each horse moves at a different speed, but does this also work for camels? Okay, it's been 10 seconds and he made it here. Now it's time to try a different camel. Okay, it's the exact same speed. This one isn't true. Using the seed sniffer spawns you near a ruin with a sniffer egg in it. Okay, we got an ocean, but it's not a warm ocean. This one is false. Do hanging signs fit less text than a regular sign? So there's 60 characters on a regular sign, and there's only 40 characters on a hanging sign. This one is true. Is there a secret room in a desert well? No, it doesn't look like it. What about in a jungle temple? I mean, yeah, there's a hidden room, but it wasn't added in 1.20, so I'm gonna say this is false. Can you shoot projectiles through a nether portal? Okay, it doesn't seem to have gone through, but let's check. There's no way to really tell. We need a wall. And yeah, there's actually arrows on the other side. This one is true. Do piglins wear mob heads? There's no way this one is actually true. This looks so funny. Wait, what if you use a piglin head on a piglin? Okay, this one is really cursed. He has double ears. Powdered snow stops you from burning in the nether. Don't try this at home, guys. And yeah, it works, but you don't get to keep the snow. It's a one-time use. Wait, if it stops burning in the nether, you can probably clutch with it as well. Yeah, this one is true, and it also doesn't melt. Can you light a nether portal with a bed? This one is true, but it's just the explosion doing it, not the bed. Does a cursive binding book get stuck in a bookshelf? No, it doesn't. I can still take it out. Do jukeboxes emit particles when you play music? Yeah, this one is true. I've never seen this before. Can you die from dehydration in Minecraft? Obviously, there's no thirst meter in Minecraft, but apparently with this command, it will say you died of dehydration. Yeah, it's true. I guess I gotta start drinking some liquids. Can you make a giant cherry tree? Okay, it doesn't grow into one giant tree. And yeah, that doesn't really look that much bigger than normal either. Are emeralds more common in cherry biomes? I don't really know how to test this one, but I'm seeing some emeralds, so at least they do spawn in a cherry biome. I have no idea if they're more common here though. Does a camel fit in a boat? No, it does not. This guy is way too big. What about a sniffer? A sniffer also doesn't fit in a boat. This is sad. He'll never be able to become a pirate. Apparently there's a new way to get command blocks. So if you click on options and go to controls, you can enable operator items tab. And yeah, now when you're in creative, there's this new tab with all sorts of blocks you had to use /give for before. Does a sniffer egg survive being hit by an anvil? So if you do this to turtle eggs, this is what happens. So I wonder if the same thing happens with sniffer eggs. Yeah, the sniffer egg somehow survives, that's insane, but the anvil doesn't drop this time. What about TNT? Okay, it's not that strong, RIP Snifflets. Does waterlogging a Skulk Shrieker stop it from making noise? Yeah, it's not making noise. I wonder if this also stops the warden from spawning. No, it does not. Does killing an Elder Guardian drop an armor trim? Okay, nothing so far. And yeah, tied armor trim. These guys can also drop fish, which is kind of weird. I don't think they are fish. Is there a hidden gold block in the new trail ruin structure? Okay, so I definitely meant to do what just happened, and I don't really see any gold blocks here. I'm gonna say it's false. Do diamonds spawn under the middle of trail ruins? Okay, so this looks like the center. Let's dig down. There's no diamonds, it's false. Everyone knows you can name a sheep Jeb and it turns rainbow, but does this work for a sniffer? No, it doesn't. What about naming a camel? No, this one also doesn't work. I guess we're stuck with regular mobs. Can piglins open doors? Wait, they actually can. That's so cool. Can you break bamboo blocks faster with a sword? Okay, so this is with a fist, and this is with a sword. I don't think it's any different. Apparently, XP bottles can make a block of redstone or glow. Yeah, it's actually glowing, and that's a lot of particles. You can also just do this by right-clicking it, though the XP bottles don't really matter. Apparently there is blue magma in Minecraft 1.20. Oh my god, there actually is. No way. It's definitely not fake. Do torch flowers emit light just like torches? Oh wait, I probably need to turn off full bright. No, it's still really dark in here. The torch doesn't mean anything. Can you use a brush on a dragon egg? So when you right click a dragon egg, normally it teleports away. But what if you use a brush? No, it still teleports away. I guess you can't clean your dragon eggs. Can you put armor trims on horse armor? No, unfortunately you can't give your horse some drip. If you put a flower into a crafting space, it turns into a single color of dye, but apparently you can craft a pitcher plant into 2 dyes. Yeah, this is true. I guess the flower is just so big it gives you 2 dyes instead. Is rain invisible through black glass? So this is what rain looks like through regular glass. You can still see it. And this is what it looks like with black glass. This one is true. I wonder if it also works on snow. Yeah, it does. Can you dye the highlighted part on the new decorated pot? No, it's still yellow. This one isn't true. Is there a new bamboo village in the jungle biome? Okay, so when I use /locate, I'm not really seeing anything that would be a bamboo village. And I'm also not seeing anything in this jungle. This one is probably false. Can you smelt netherite armor and tools into netherite scraps? So everyone knows you can do this with gold and iron armor and tools, but it doesn't seem to be working with netherite armor or tools, so it's false. I don't see why you would ever need to do this anyways, so that's probably why. Can you dry a wet sponge using a campfire? Okay, so you can't place the sponge on the campfire, so this is already not looking good. Yeah, the steak is cooked and the sponge is still wet. I don't think it's true. Is there a new cherry dimension in 1.20? Yeah, I think it's kind of obvious that this one isn't true. Wait, never mind guys, 100% real cherry dimension. Apparently sniffers can't drown because their eggs come from the water. Okay, he's sniffing the water. Maybe this one is true. Never mind, this is definitely not true. I'm also not gonna help him out of the water. I'm a hater. You can plant mangrove trees underwater. So if you place a regular sapling here, it just breaks. But yeah, the mangrove propagule can be placed underwater. Are phantoms afraid of cats? So let's place a bunch of phantoms down, and now we'll get some cats. And yeah, the phantoms don't seem to be attacking me. Also, this noise is terrifying. What is that? Can you clutch on a sniffer? So these guys look kind of soft, so hopefully this works. Okay, it definitely doesn't work. This is false. Can you put horse armor on a camel? No, you can't. And even if you could, you wouldn't be able to use the saddle, so it would suck anyway. Are villagers able to sleep in the nether? Yeah, this one is true. These guys somehow don't make the bed explode. Whoops, I didn't think that would happen. Apparently, the warden isn't actually blind. So in spectator mode, you can see what any mob sees by left-clicking on it, and that includes the warden, who is definitely able to see from what I'm seeing. Apparently, you can't name a mob name tag. Yeah, so you can't even name a name tag, but you can do it like this, so I guess it's false? Oh wait, I actually just found a way to do it, technically. Does a potion of luck change the loot inside a chest? So this is the loot in the chest right now, and now I have the luck effect. And it's the same loot in the chest. This is false. You can make a minecart that infinitely moves. So apparently if you stack a bunch of minecarts in each other, they will never stop moving. Yeah, this one is true, and it's also really weird. Why does this work? Apparently a camel can survive a 50 block fall. Sorry man, I gotta do this. It's actually true, it somehow lived, but now can I survive the fall while riding a camel? Okay, this one isn't true. The camel did not absorb my fall. Can a camel prevent you from being hit by mobs? This one is true. They're not hitting me. But I'm curious if this also works on the warden. Okay, it actually doesn't look like he can hit me. Wow, the warden's getting a little close. Naming your seed Cherry Blossom spawns you in a Cherry Blossom biome. It's true, but it's the smallest Cherry Blossom biome I've ever seen. Are all sheep pink in a Cherry Blossom biome? This one isn't true, but let's just pretend it is. It looks a lot better this way. Can you undye leather armor using a cauldron. Wow, this one is actually true. And you can also dye wool that is already dyed. This one is true as well, and you can do it with every colorable item, just to be clear. Apparently you can swap your elytra out without opening your inventory. This one is true, but you better carry a water bucket with you just in case. Does a bamboo raft move faster than a regular boat? So this is me riding both of the boats. It doesn't look like the bamboo one is any faster. This is false. Can you clutch on a camel? You can clutch on a horse, so this should be possible. As long as I don't mess this up, of course. And yes, you can do it. This makes up for him killing me earlier. You can dye a camel's saddle. Nope, this one isn't true, but it would be cool if it was. Apparently, mobs can't jump over hanging signs. So I've placed a fence of hanging signs around me, and now let's see if all these zombies can get to me. Okay, they can. This one is definitely not true. If you place a hanging sign like this, apparently mobs can't follow you through it. And it's true. Who knew zombies were this stupid? The nether portal animation is fixed in 1.20. So this is what the animation used to look like, and now it's supposed to stop the animation from playing again when you go through. Yes, this one is true. Can a piglin head prevent you from being attacked by piglins? No, it can't. We've already seen this. They don't accept me. What about if you wear armor with a gold trim on it? Nope, it appears I still have a 5-star wanted level. What about if you wear gold armor with a trim on it? Okay, this one was obviously gonna work. They gotta respect a man with some drip. A piglin head flops its ears when it's powered by redstone. This one is true, and also kinda weird. Does this mean mobs are powered by redstone? Apparently a dragon head can now open its mouth. This one is also true. I honestly have no idea if this one is new or not, though. I don't usually wear a dragon's head. There is a new Vex in Minecraft 1.20. So this is what an old Vex used to look like. Kinda scary if you ask me. And this is the new Vex. This one is true. It kinda looks like an evil Allay. Speaking of evil Allays, does the new Vex attack Allays? Okay, it doesn't really look like they attack each other. They're just chilling. Does a sniffer egg hatch faster on moss? So here's my egg on moss, and here's the regular egg. Now we just wait. And yeah, this one is true. The egg on moss hatched way faster. You can make a sniffer carpet. This is actually just from my build hacks video. It's not really a myth. No sniffers were harmed in the making of... No, actually they were. I'm not gonna lie. Can you ride a sniffer? So my right click says you can't, but this command says I can. But since you can't do it without cheats, I'm going to say it's false. You can heal camels with cactuses. I can't imagine this one is true because of what I'm seeing right now. Okay, never mind. He somehow eats that. That's true. You are able to sprint on camels. This one is true, but you might not notice it if you use toggle sprint since it just sprints by default. Can sniffers dig for seeds in the nether? He's sniffing the air. I wonder what he's got a hold of. Okay, just ignore that. I don't know how that got here. Yeah, this one is false. He isn't digging for anything. Apparently there's a new built-in resource pack. Yes, there is high contrast mode, but all it really does is edit the UI and nothing else changes. Jukeboxes can emit a redstone signal. Let's just pick out some quality music here. Yep, this one is true, and I may have also summoned Herobrine. If you punch a decorated pot, it won't break. Yes, this one is true. It just drops the pot instead of the shards. And speaking of shards, can you copy them like an armor template? No, this one unfortunately isn't true. You're gonna have to find these manually. Are you able to craft a plain pot using just bricks? Okay, it's a good thing I'm bricked up for this myth. Yes, this one is true. I now have a lot of plain pots. Apparently you can get the ward armor trim for killing the warden. Okay, this is taking way too long. I'm just using the command. No, he still drops the skulk thing, whatever it is. The new damage looks like bedrock. Yeah, this is true, unfortunately. I don't really like how this looks. Also, you can apparently change the amount of shake when you get hit. Okay, this one is also true, and this looks even weirder, honestly. It kind of looks like I'm in Spectator. Can you get apples from a cherry wood tree? Okay, so far this one isn't looking good. Yeah, I broke all the leaves on the tree and not a single apple. This one is false. Apparently, you can now edit signs. Okay, yeah, I already knew this one was true, and along with editing signs, you are also able to write on the back of them. And you can right-click them with a honeycomb, and it makes it so you can't edit them anymore. That one I actually didn't know. That's pretty interesting. Do chiseled bookshelves increase enchantment levels? Okay, so we've filled them all with books. Now let's see if it increases the levels. Nope, this one isn't true. Can you fill chiseled bookshelves using hoppers? Yes, you can do this, and apparently you can also put plants in pots using hoppers. Okay, I don't think it's true. There's a new cherry blossom villager variant. No, there isn't, which means there probably isn't a cherry blossom village either. But it would definitely be cool if they added one, because this biome is a little boring. Can you use silk touch to mine suspicious blocks? Okay, so we tried it on gravel and it didn't work, and it also doesn't work on sand. This is false. Apparently there is a new potion of luck in Minecraft. There actually is a potion of luck. When applied, +1 luck. I don't really know what that means, but hopefully it doesn't turn me into a leprechaun. Can you transport pets on a camel? So I don't really know how you would do this. case, I'm assuming my dog would just get on the camel, and it isn't. So this one is false. Are you able to swim on a camel? Okay, it's kind of working, but he's sinking slowly, and yeah, it kicked me off. I want to say this one is false, but it's also kind of true, because he can swim for a second, so I don't know. If you put a mob head above a note block, it will play a sound from that mob. Yeah, this one is true, and it works for every mob, including the skeleton. That was definitely real. Another thing you can apparently do is optimize your world. Yeah, this one is true, but I don't really know what it does. I think it's supposed to be for older worlds, because it didn't really seem to do anything. Can a sniffer survive a hit from the warden? Okay, so we have our sniffer and our warden. We just gotta wait for this guy to find him. He's kinda blind. Okay, the sniffer died in one hit. This one isn't true. But what about a camel? Can a camel survive a warden? We just gotta wait for this again. Oh, and it actually worked. A camel can survive one hit from the warden. Camels really are just built different. Does spawning a cow in a cherry blossom biome make it a mulip? No, it does not. Is there a secret room in the desert temple? Yes, there actually is in the back corner, and this is what it looks like. Are there new potions in Minecraft? So the potions aren't new, but all the colors are changed, and I'm honestly not a fan of this. Like, why is night vision green? Who did this? You no longer have to spam place paintings. Yeah, all the paintings are now selectable by their variant, so now it's a lot easier to get which one you want. This isn't really a thing in survival though, so you're still stuck spam placing them if that's the case. Is the bundle in Minecraft 1.20? There is still no bundle in the creative inventory, but you can still give it to yourself with a command. I wonder when they will finally add this thing. Apparently hanging signs don't break when you break their supporting block. Yeah, this one is true. How is this even possible? This is definitely an illegal building technique. Apparently armor stands now have arms. Okay, so the logic behind this one is that it has arms in a smithing table. But no, the armor stand doesn't have arms. Does landing on a sniffer egg break it? No, either the sniffer egg is really strong or I'm not heavy enough. It's probably the first one. Can you ride a baby camel? No, you can't, unfortunately. But can you put chests on a camel? You also can't do this, but you'd think a mob this strong would be able to do that. Apparently frogs follow you if you hold slime balls. Okay, so I don't think this one is 1.20 related, and I also can't even tell if it's true. Yeah, it's probably true. He seems to be following me. There is a new way to change your GUI scale. Apparently if you hold control and scroll at the same time, it changes your GUI scale. Okay, so nothing is happening right now, but what if we try it in the options menu? Now it's working. Yeah, this one is true, but you're already in the options menu, so it's not really that cool. Apparently harming potions ignore armor. So that did 5.5 hearts. Now let's put armor on. Yeah, it did the same amount of damage. I guess armor is just useless. Apparently you can trap and kill the warden with powdered snow. Alright, he's trapped. And it's working, he's dying. Okay, this is kind of sad. I'm gonna help him out. Apparently you can repair an iron golem. Oh, I can't hurt this one. Sorry, bro. Wait, it actually repairs him. I almost certainly thought this one was fake. It sounds so stupid. Apparently you can sleep underwater. Let's just make it night. Wait, how does this work? Bro, I'm amphibious or something. What? You can make a 2-block jump with a bubble column. I'm going higher, but it's not 2 blocks. Oh, you have to run at it for it to work. And it's actually pretty consistent when you have the timing. Hitting a mob through fire sets the mob on fire. Nope. Pretty sure I would have known about this if it was true. You can shoot fire arrows through the bottom of a lava cauldron. Wait, it works. You just have to angle it right. This is sick. As you know, you can block a beacon by placing a block above it, but apparently the beacon's beam can go through bedrock. Here it is with stone. As you can see, it blocks it. Now we'll try bedrock. What? I guess stone is stronger than bedrock now. That's so weird. Reinforced deep slate drops with silk touch. This is gonna take a while. I better not be getting trolled. We're almost there. And it did nothing. Nice. Apparently you can put thorns on an armor stand. So I have a full set of thorns 3 armor. Let's put it on the stand. No, I'm not taking any damage. I kinda wish this one was true though. It would be cool. Prismarine blocks change colors. Alright, time to stare at a block. It actually looks like it's changing. I think this is true. Yeah, there's actually a huge difference between the two. Striders can protect you from baby zombies. Let's get on this guy, and we'll go survival. Yeah, they can't hit me. I'm invincible. No baby zombie can ever kill me again. Apparently you can light 2 portals inside of each other. Alright, we have a weird portal. Oh, that would have been so cool. Mojang, please add this in 1.20. We need double portals. Mobs can't kill you in sugarcane. Let's put some zombies and a skeleton. Now I will set my game mode. I don't think it worked. This would be cool if it was true though. You get more experience from fortune. So I have a default pickaxe and a fortune 3 pickaxe. No fortune gave me almost 10 levels. And I got less levels with fortune. This one isn't true. Spiders can climb the world border. Not too sure about this one. Oh wait, he's doing the thing. Spider climbing the world border. Where will he go? Actually, when will he stop? This is getting dangerous. Apparently, spiders also infinitely climb the world border. Apparently, you can ignite TNT with a fishing rod. Now we just fish through the lava. Yeah, it works. I guess there is a reason to fish in lava now. Apparently, you can also pull TNT towards you with the fishing rod. Yeah, it works. I have no idea why this would be useful, but it's cool. You can put a boat in a minecart. Wait, what? Why does that work? I'm pressing W and going backwards. This is so weird. Wait, what if I put a boat in a minecart in a minecart? Oh, it doesn't work. Apparently you can dodge Sonic Boom. Nope. Still no. Oh, you can. It's just hard because you have to do it really fast. Undead mobs don't burn underneath cobwebs. So I trapped a zombie and a skeleton in a hole. Let's set it to day. Wait, they're actually not burning. And as you can see, these guys are burning. This one is somehow true. This doesn't even make sense. Apparently ghasts can't see you behind cobwebs. I'm trapping myself in cobwebs. I don't think it worked, guys. Oh, not the underwater bed. Apparently rain kills snow golems. Flash weather rain. Wow, I've never seen something die so fast. Yeah, this one's true. You can kill the ender dragon with snowballs. I can't tell if I'm missing or if it doesn't work. Yeah, I don't think it's working. It's weird though because they aren't even hitting the dragon. Coal blocks last longer than 9 coal in a furnace. Time for some waiting. 9 coal finished first. I guess it's actually worth it to craft coal blocks. Holding control while using pick block gives you a chest with the same items. Now we have a ton of useful loot in this chest. And we just hold control. Yeah, it actually works. Awkward splash potions stop fire damage. Don't try this at home, guys. Nope, I'm still on fire. You can't spawn a wither in a snow biome. This one is true. I have no idea why, but it does work. Apparently you can MLG into a cauldron. Okay, I gotta line myself up perfectly. Nope, that's unfortunate. Apparently if you hold crouch, you can MLG on leaves in 1.19. Alright, I'm holding crouch. Nope, it still waterlogs it. Can you burn waterlogged leaves? It won't let me set them on fire. Yeah, it doesn't look like they can burn. Apparently polar bears attack foxes. I think it's true, but he's gonna have to catch him. I don't think the polar bear is fast enough. Alright, I'm gonna cut the video before the fox gets hurt. Oh. Apparently you can give a boat a name tag. Let's name it something cool and original. Oh yeah, I have to crouch. It's not working. Maybe we have to name the boat. Guys, please just do it. No, it still won't work. It's just a boat. Apparently deep slate ores give more XP. Okay, we got 8.5 levels from regular. And we got 9 levels from deep slate. Since the amount of XP you get is random, I don't think this is a big enough difference for it to be true. You can fish in a cauldron. Whoops. Yeah, there's no way I'm fishing anything out of here. You can't fish in a cauldron, but can you put fish in a cauldron? Nope, it just goes on top. Although sometimes the fish will go in the cauldron for a second. Killing a wither skeleton with a charged creeper always drops a skull. Oh, we gotta be quick here. There's 1. There's 2. There's 3. Either my luck is insane or this one is true. You can smelt nether gold into a gold ingot. Wait, it's smelting. Yeah, it works. I guess this should have been obvious, but you do only get a few nuggets from breaking it, so I wasn't sure. Apparently you can clutch with a skulk vein. Ow. No, you can't. Hostile mobs do not spawn in mushroom biomes. It's nighttime and I don't see anything spawning. Alright, there would definitely be mobs by now. This one is true. Apparently you can't milk a mushroom cow. Nope, you still can. And you can also milk them for soup. You can make a car in Minecraft. So if I put a pig in a minecart, it's supposed to be like a car. Well, I can only move backwards and I move very slowly, but I guess it's a car? Just like you can break an end portal frame, you can break bedrock with a giant mushroom. Nope, the bedrock is still there. I wonder why it works with end portal frames and not bedrock. Apparently bees can pollinate netherwort. No, it doesn't look like it. If you give a wither skeleton a bow, it will shoot fire arrows. So if I type this crazy command, I get a wither skeleton with a bow. And yeah, it's shooting fire arrows. That's terrifying. You can use gold nuggets as fuel in a furnace. No, you can't. I think you can in bedrock though. Apparently if you give a fox frostwalker boots, it will turn water to ice. We just need him to touch water. Nope, it doesn't work. I'm gonna need these back. Apparently you can't lose hunger on a boat. Okay, I'm giving myself hunger 200. It doesn't appear to be working. but if I don't have the hunger effect, it seems to be true. Apparently there's an infinite flower glitch. Yo, we're printing money. Wolves hunt down skeletons. So if I put this skeleton in a box, oh, get out of here. So if I put a skeleton out of sight, apparently a wolf will hunt for it. I don't think it's working. Maybe it has to be my dog? Nah, he's just vibing. If you put a Jeb underscore name tag on a dog, apparently its collar becomes rainbow. So this should happen just with the collar instead. No, it didn't work. It just names your dog Jeb. Apparently, Endermen are not able to teleport out of a 2-block hole. Alright, he's in a 2-block hole. Nope, that happened instantly. The Warden's Sonic Boom ability apparently ignores armor. Here's me using no armor. Okay, it did 2.5 hearts. Here's me with full netherite now. Wait, it did 3 hearts. It did more damage. What? Okay, apparently you also can't block Sonic Boom with a shield. What? No way, as if the Warden wasn't already powerful enough. Does mud dry out in the nether? No, it does not. Well, at least not instantly. Can mud be used to put out fire damage? Time to set myself on fire. Don't try this at home. Nope, I'm still on fire. Apparently 1.19 added jungle villages. Okay, I'm using /locate, and these are the only village types available. There are no jungle villages. There aren't jungle villages, but apparently there are jungle villagers. Wait, no way, that's so sick. Apparently there are also swamp villagers. What? No way, it's like a non-mean looking witch. Why are these in the game with no villages? You can use reinforced deep slate to trap the wither. Now we spawn the wither. Will it get out? No, it seems to be stuck. Even in survival, it won't come get me. But I guess this would only be useful if you could mine reinforced deep slate, but it's still cool. If you place your own shrieker, it can't spawn a warden. So I've placed my own shrieker. And yeah, it's been 3 times, and nothing has happened. This one is true. Apparently, there's a new portal in the deep dark. Let's light this. Wait, what? Okay, obviously I'm joking. This is a texture pack. Apparently, you can heal Vexes into LAs by giving them milk. Alright, I'm giving him milk and nothing is happening. This one is fake. Can you use goat horns to call goats over to you? He's looking at me. No, it does not work. He's not coming over here. Do you need Silk Touch to mine a Skulk sensor? Alright, nothing dropped with no Silk Touch. And it drops with Silk Touch. This one is true. Okay, I found out I'm supposed to use a hoe and not a pickaxe. I don't want to hear it. You can now place water inside of leaves. So just like a sign or a slab, I should be able to do this on leaves. Yes, it works, and it doesn't even flow out either. That's so cool. Swift Sneak makes dive mining faster. So that was me mining without Swift Sneak. And yeah, I mean I move faster, but it doesn't make me mine any faster, so I would say this one isn't true. If you spawn a frog in a jungle, it becomes a poisonous frog. Alright, here's the smallest jungle ever. Spawning a frog. Nope, it does not seem to be poisonous. Apparently, LAs can mine diamonds for you. So if I give an LA diamond ore, it's supposed to mine diamonds for me. Nope, this obviously wasn't going to work, but it can collect diamonds for you. If you listen to the new music disc in the deep dark, it spawns Herobrine. Okay, we have our jukebox and the music disc. Let's see. I don't really see anything around here. Oh my god! There's nothing. Herobrine was removed a long time ago, guys. Right? The new music disc can be used to light the portal in the deep dark. Nope, nothing's happening. And this disc is scary. I'm turning it off. You can't spawn a warden on the surface. Well, since you can't spawn a warden using your own shrieker, it's impossible for one to spawn on the surface. Frogs will eat magma cubes and drop a frog light. Oh, this one's true. Not these guys though, they're too big. Apparently you can find skeleton skulls in an ancient city. Dang, I really thought one would be here. Oh, there's one over here. It's true. Blowing up ores now gives you experience. I think I used too much TNT. Let's try just one. And it works, the XP dropped. Furnace minecarts now work like regular furnace blocks. Alright, I'm right clicking it and nothing is happening. Let's try it with food in my hand. Still nothing, this one doesn't work. Apparently tadpoles are scared of axolotls. Wow, the axolotl's going crazy. It doesn't look like the tadpole is afraid though. The warden is lava proof apparently. It's true. The warden is even more powerful than I thought. You can use water to silence skulk sensors. Yeah, it's making no noise, but there's still the pulse thingy. And as you can see, the redstone works, but it's making no sound. Apparently the moo bloom was added in 1.19. Oh guys, look, it's the moo bloom. No way, no way. Apparently mobs now spawn inside of nether portals. So I've built a portal on the nether roof, so they should have the best chance of spawning here. Okay, this one might be true, but it's going to take forever if it is. Can Allays use a totem of undying? We'll just put some lava. Nope. We'll put some lava. Wow, this guy's fast. Okay, we finally got him. And it worked. He used the totem to survive. That's crazy. You can place structures with the command in 1.19. Alright, /structure doesn't work. Okay, it's /place structure. And yeah, you can place any structure just like this. Just like this. Now you can beat the game in super flat. There are new secret paintings in 1.19. So you just do this command, and this should be a new painting. Yeah, it works. There are also 3 other new paintings you can get with this command. Apparently you sink in mud just like powdered snow. I don't appear to be sinking. It does lower you by like 0.1 of a block though. Using Riptide on a trident while riding a boat makes you go faster. Alright, let's get in a boat. Nope, I can't even use a trident in a boat. It doesn't even let me right click. The fletching table can now be used to make tipped arrows. Alright, I'm right clicking on it and nothing is happening. Let's try it in survival. Still nothing. Even with an arrow, it still doesn't work. This one isn't true. Apparently, tropical fish spawn in mangrove swamps. I'm kind of lost in here. This biome is so cool. Oh wait, those are tropical fish, right? Yep, so it's true. Minecraft now apparently has directional audio. So you go to music and sounds, and yeah, there's directional audio. And as you can see, it works. Well, as you can hear, it works. Also, I'm not sure if you can hear it properly on the video, but I am confirming it works. Can you distract the warden with XP bottles? He does seem to be distracted by them, but it doesn't seem to work in survival. You can name locations with a banner. So you just name the banner, and then you right click with a map. That didn't work. Oh, so it has to be an existing map. Yeah, that's really cool actually. Apparently you can put a chest in a boat now. So if I right click this boat, nothing happens, but you can craft it. Now I have a chest on my boat, that's sick. You can find diamond armor in the ancient city. Nope. Nothing. There's iron armor. Still nothing. There it is, diamond leggings. Curse of binding, but it's still diamond. Oh, hello, warden. Apparently you can spawn fireflies with a command. I'm using /summon and there are no fireflies. There's a game rule to disable the warden. There actually is a command for it. And as you can see, no warden spawns. This is really cool. Well, if you're a baby. I mean, I would probably use it though. Apparently baby pandas can sneeze out a slime ball. We've got 1 million pandas here. I'm hearing them sneeze, but no slime balls. Okay, so apparently I have to spawn lazy pandas? Yeah, I've been waiting for a while and there are still no slime balls, so I don't know. You can use a book to spawn infinite dimensions. So all I have to do is throw the book in here. Nope, we're still in the nether. Okay, so this was actually from an April Fool's snapshot. I'm stupid. There's a secret redstone room under the ancient city. There is one. Okay, I already knew this, but maybe some people didn't, so here you go. Perfect place to get random redstone stuff. Apparently vines and glow lichen can be placed on soul sand, and it looks like you can. I have no idea why you couldn't do this before 1.19. Apparently walking on wool makes the skulk sensor not hear you. Yes, so this is one of the main features of the skulk sensor, and as you can see, it is true. Apparently there are alligators in 1.19. Of course there are alligators in 1.19, that's one of the main features. Apparently mangrove trees don't have saplings. Mangrove trees do not have saplings. You have to use these weird propagale things to grow them instead. Apparently the bundle has been added to 1.19, so there is no bundle in the creative menu, but I can give it to myself, but since there is still no way to obtain it, I would say this is false. Apparently minecarts with an attached block now stay together when you break them. Oh, it's actually true. I'm pretty sure this never used to exist, that's cool. Apparently you can use cheats in survival without enabling them. So as you saw, I made a world with cheats off. Yeah, it does nothing. I don't know why this would work. Apparently there's an advancement for killing a mob near a skulk catalyst. Let's just kill this guy quickly. Yeah, it spreads is the advancement. Apparently there's also an advancement for having every frog light in your inventory. Yep, there's also an advancement for that. Apparently the end portal frame texture is now different. Alright, you guys tell me if you can see the difference.